What is up, everybody? It's Cody with Blood Money MMA Bets, and I'm here with three of my favorite dudes, three of my favorite cappers, ready to go over and give you guys some of the best information you're going to get on UFC 281 bets, props, everything you can look forward to. As you know, it's my boy Johnny. I'm gonna let my boy Johnny talk.
What's up? I'm Johnny K Picks. And if you don't know me, you can check me out on Twitter, Instagram, Johnny K Picks, my YouTube channel, Johnny K Picks. Johnny K Picks. Check me out.
Johnny K Picks everywhere. Everybody knows my boy Patrick from Addicted to Combat. Patrick, how you doing tonight?
Doing good, man. Doing good. I mean, there's so many good fights in this card, and I saw only a couple hiccups at the weigh-in, so I'm excited for this one. You know, something the UFC used to do back in the day was name their events. And Cody, you probably remember this. Maybe the other two guys too. UFC 17 and UFC 97 were both called Redemption. And if I could name this card something for UFC 281, it would be Redemption, because so many people trying to come off of loss streaks, get their belt back, or, you know, redeem their losses like in the main event. So I'm excited. Let's make some money.
That's a great for sure. It Izzy, everybody looking for that redemption tonight. It's gonna be such a good card. Like you said, we didn't lose nobody at weigh-ins. That's awesome. Bert from Bert MMA, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Doing well. And speaking of nicknames for card, last week would be named Weight Miss, because there was like 5 or 6 missing weight on
fat ass.
Double cheeseburgers all night long.
You think they was using it for advantages last week, or people were just being
I think people were lazy.
I don't think it helped out if they were.
Yeah, what was the ending results? Can anybody remember on the people that missed weight? Losses?
At least 3 of them lost, I want to say. Maybe
no, Shanna. Well, she made weight.
Grant Dawson won. Grant Dawson won.
Yeah.
I think Grant was the only one.
Because Shayna Young, she actually ended up making weight after cutting her hair, but she still lost.
Yeah.
It went 1-4.
Pasquale lost.
Benito Lopez.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. So everybody, man, that was I should have just put the whole bankroll on Batista.
Yeah, no. So it was easy.
Let's say what's up to everybody that is in the chat. PMN209. What is up, man? Appreciate the support as always. You're always on our channel supporting. He says, I was waiting for the show big time because I thought it was only you and Patrick, but you ruined it for me. Oh, okay.
Way to go, Cody.
It's my bad.
Way to put me and Bert on with you and Patrick.
Get out of here, guys. Get out of here.
I'll remove. No, they got some of the best information in the game, man. It's going to be a really good time with everybody. But thanks for showing up, 209. Hopefully, you comment with us all night. Daz Files, man, what is up, Daz?
What's up, Daz?
So best of luck, everyone. Bet smart, smash the bookies. Let's go. And I know he always is. Everybody follow him on Twitter too. Papa Chuck. He said, I'm not quite sure where Trizano gets his haircut, but I feel like he's getting ripped off. He should just drop out of MMA and team up with the Naked Cowboy in Times Square. Seems fitting to me. Yeah, then that dude like play a guitar or something naked or something like that.
Yeah.
Effie. Oh, what's up?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, just we got Effie from Any Action MMA in the building. He said, I got some sticky icky on my cores. Ready for this stream. Let's go. Thank you, Effie. Everybody check out all Effie stuff too. Effie Any Action MMA. Bunny Hunter is in the house. He told me earlier, he messaged me, said, don't be late. I'm late. As usual, our stream started a little late, but it's going to be good. It's going to be worth the wait. Jack says, love it. Papa Chuck said, Effie. He said, we got Bert in here. Got to call it the devil's lettuce. Uh-oh. The good old, because Bert, you got to be the youngest capper in the game, right?
Probably.
And legit, one of the best ones. Like I actually say that, like legit. I like watching the shows. I like everything that he does, how he just sees the MMA. I've personally seen Bert token with the Diaz brothers after his intense BJJ session. Okay.
There you go.
All right.
Look at you.
Effie's laughing. Broke Bets at 22 hours away. Yeah, man, it's about time. We got Broke Bets too. Everybody go follow Broke Bets. Instagram. Check out his YouTube. Breaks down great videos, man. Him and his buddy. Forget the name right off the top of my head, but they do great work. Dev the Dude's in here. Dev said, what's up, everybody? Everybody check out Dev the Dude's channel too. Check out his breakdown this week with Sal the Red. They do good stuff. Carlos, our boy CJP, UFC Bets, he said, yo, what up, fellas? What's up? Check out Carlos too, man. He does great breakdowns too. We always got some smart people in this chat, man. Yeah, Bunny Hunter said, let's go. My boy Derek Izzy said, I love all the Izzy talk. Makes me feel important. Facts, dude. It's definitely, this card is definitely about you. Luckily, you ain't got to fight Pereira, though, dude. That's a scary dude. Like,
monster.
Like coming out with that war paint. Imagine back in the day, like 1700s or something, if you did go into a war and you seen a bunch of big dudes coming out of the freaking Amazon with that stuff on.
I'd run away.
Yeah. Best card of the year. SK said best card of the year. Definitely. Yeah, F, you said Dawson getting a ranking after missing weight's kind of whack, 100%. Natalie B, what's up? She said, this is iconic. What's up? We appreciate you joining us and hanging out with us on a Friday night. Euphoria said, let's go. Let's have a day tomorrow. We will. Good luck to you too. Dev says, smoking on apples and bananas. And dude, that's amazing because that's actually what I want to get some more of. That's some of my favorite stuff. I'm going to get some when I go back home. And it's phenomenal. It tastes great. The Hot Crispy threw heavy on Azaitar, got him at plus 115. He's like minus what, 160 now or something?
Like one, yeah, close to it.
Yeah, that's
not
amazing. I got too nervous on that fight. Favorite dog of the card, Knight Chandler. That's a good dog. Bert is a young prodigy in the game, 100%. That's why we get him on the show, man. We want to definitely have the smartest dudes on here, but we can only have 4 total. So the next one we'll have some more people. There's Deb, but we're gonna start this card because we got 14 fights. Oh yeah, we want to let you know too. There's gonna be 3 giveaways tonight, everybody. 3 giveaways. Johnny's got some cards for a giveaway. I got some cards for a giveaway, and then I'm gonna give a shirt away, and we're gonna do that at 9, 9:30, and 10. So everybody, be here, be ready for all of that. And yeah, man, let's get into this card. First fight of the night. It's Carlos Ulberg versus Nicolae Negumereanu, and I'm going to start with Bert. I'm going to let you start this, man.
Yeah, it's a solid fight in the light heavyweight division. They have one kind of similar opponent in Kennedy Nzechukwu, and it was a while ago for Carlos Ulberg when he kind of gassed out a little bit. It looked pretty good early on, but the cardio was just not there later on in the fight, and that's the main point I have for Nicolae Negumereanu here is just survive round number 1. Once it goes to round number 2, round number 3, he's going to have that chin to hold up the big shots of Carlos Ulberg that Tafon Chukui was unable to actually handle. And if it does get to round 2, round 3, which I do believe it will, that's where his cardio, his wrestling, his pressure, his come forward attitude is really going to take effect on Carlos Ulberg. I think everyone's going to watch round number 1 and be like, oh my gosh, Carlos Ulberg is absolutely destroying Nicolae Negumereanu. But again, right when it hits round number 2, that's where Nicolae is really going to start to take over. Could see a round 2, round 3, like ground and pound TKO, or kind of like Kennedy Nzechukwu, where he got his back to the cage and just started throwing hooks. Got a weird feeling, though, that Ulberg's just going to make it a tough, gritty one. Nicolae's going to make it a tough, gritty fight. And I think we're going to go 3 straight rounds. And I got Nicolae winning round 2, round 3 for the unanimous decision. But it's a banger.
Nice, man. That's an excellent breakdown for it. Yeah. Patrick, what do you got?
Yeah, I like everything Bert said, and that's certainly a possibility in this fight. I do have a bet on Carlos Ulberg. First fight of the night, first bet of the night, money line, minus 125. You could have done a little bit better than that. I know this was around like a pick-em price tag for a bit on some books. It's kind of moving back around to, more of the minus 130 side for Ulberg, but I like his size and I like his striking in this spot. And you combine that size, striking, the accuracy and power with one thing that goes against Negumereanu is his striking defense is one of the worst in the entire roster of anybody. So you pair those two things. He does have the durability, which will help him out for a while. But we have seen the fight that, against Kennedy Nzechukwu, Bert mentioned, where Carlos Ulberg had trouble, maintaining his cardio after unloading a crazy amount of strikes in round 1. He came back with a more patient approach against Fabio Cherant. And I think we're going to combine some of that striking success he had against Nzechukwu with the more patient approach from Fabio Cherant in that fight. There is a chance that he gets pressured. He doesn't deal well with that sometimes. If Negumereanu can just absorb all of the strikes and Homer Simpson his way into a gritty fight, that could possibly happen. But, I haven't seen too much of the testing of the takedown defense from Ulberg. So that's a factor as well. He could just get taken down and grounded out. I'm going to trust him. I like the CKB guys are pretty good at the defense for that realm. So give me Ulberg to, probably get a standing TKO in this fight. I think it does end inside the distance.
Oop. Sorry. I like that. We got Bert on Nicolae, and we got Patrick on freaking Carlos so far. Johnny, who do you got?
I'm gonna go with my guy Nick here. I think he's gonna make this a dirty fight. I don't think he's gonna want to keep it clean and stay at range where Ulberg is gonna feel super comfortable. He's gonna go for some takedowns. He's gonna try to clinch up with them against the cage, and I think this is gonna go at least into the third round, I believe, and there might be a KO then. I think he's just going to try to wear him down. He's not going to try to get, try to get him out of there early. I think the way for him to beat Ulberg is to wear him down as the fight goes on. But I just don't see Ulberg touching his chin. I mean, not touching his chin, I should say, KOing him, because he's got a titanium chin and he takes all the hits like everybody says, but man, he just doesn't go down. And this guy, until I see it, I mean, I don't think he's going to get knocked out. So
right.
The only bet I have on this is the over 1.5 in a parlay. I just think this will go over for sure. And could be a late third round knockout or a Nick decision. So I'm going to go with decision, but I just don't see a finish in this fight.
Yeah. I like that. I definitely like that over 1.5. I was looking at that too. It changed a little bit by the time I went to the casino and didn't like it at that price. But yeah, and this, I'm gonna go with Ulberg myself. I think that his speed and his striking is gonna be a lot like Negumereanu, and I get it that Kennedy and Njoku, man, these names are terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But I get it. He's got pretty decent takedown.
Careful
defense.
Saying Negumereanu. Careful on that one, Cody. You're getting dangerously close to getting demonetized, my friend.
Oh, dude, you should. Yeah. Yeah, dude. You should have seen at the beginning somebody had a name on here, and I'm like, oh, just reading through the comments, and his name was ridiculous, and it could have been a bad misstep.
A whoopsie.
Yeah, we won't have that happen. Nicolae.
That's why I go with Nick. Just go with Nick.
On UFC they actually call him Negumereanu Nicolae, like his first name's Negumereanu. Have you guys?
Yeah,
heard that?
I heard. Didn't Bruce Buffer do that once too?
I think they all did.
He was reading his name like that.
Yeah, even Rogan and all of them. So I don't know what that's about. But he wasn't able to take down Kennedy in that fight, and he tried a decent amount of times. And then Kennedy, if he didn't eye poke him, I think he outlanded him by like 50 strikes. That's why I stayed away from not betting it, because it's like Patrick said, he betted Carlos. I like Carlos too, but I could also see him come out and Negumereanu gets the takedowns, dude, because we I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself. I'll let you guys finish. But I think he could come out and land them takedowns like Patrick said, dude, and who knows, pound out Ulberg in the first round. But he did show a little decent grappling against Charant, who ain't very good. But yeah, man, I'm gonna take Carlos, but I'm not very confident in it. I do like that over 1.5. I do think both these guys are pretty durable, and if Carlos doesn't go out there just and gas himself out. And it's not like he just gassed himself out against Kennedy. He had him hurt really bad in that first round. And he went for the finish like twice, like 2 different times. So, and then it was weird too, because actually, if you watch him fighting in the second, he didn't look gassed. He just wasn't moving as good, but he was still throwing hard punches. He just got hit with a big ass punch by Kennedy. So, give me Carlos, give me that over 1.5, but just not real confident. So we all split on that then, huh? Went 2 and 2.
Split.
Yeah, let's see what the comments say. Dev said Bert ain't no prodigy. He's an OG. Facts. Definitely 100%. Dylan in the house. He said, Dylan, keep my mom's name out your fucking mouth.
You son of a bitch.
That's me and him had on the live show. We went back and forth a little bit. It was funny, man. We had
doing a little Will Smith there.
Yeah, and keep my mom's name. We'll do this time. You got my word. Unless you know what I mean, you come at me with that, then we can do it. Papa Chuck says, don't say prodigy and Bert in the same sentence. It'll get Bert fired up. Bert does get fired up too, man. I like that.
Yeah, Bert, did he kick that kid's ass yet? There's another young handicapper named the MMA betting prodigy. And then when I had Bert on my show a couple weeks ago, the chat was just going back and forth the entire hour and a half about who would win in a fight.
You got to get him, Bert. You got to get him.
Get him.
If he accepts the fight, we'll do it. Once I'm 18, we'll do it.
All right.
I got my money on Bert too. He really knows fighting. Wrestler, best martial art.
There you go.
Do you? Now you got a tournament.
First match of the season.
Oh, is it? So what do we got early in November? Yeah. Let's see. You good? You'll be good all the way to what? January? What state you in? What state you in?
North Carolina.
They got pretty good wrestling.
Not the best state, but
It's not the worst. I remember I wrestled a kid from is South Carolina or North Carolina better?
I would say South Carolina slightly better.
And we had like a back in my day, because it's been a while, we didn't have as many national tournaments and stuff, but we had like a tournament of champions in Columbus, and I wrestled a kid from South Carolina. It's pretty good. But yeah, good luck at your tournament tomorrow, man. I'm sure you're gonna win it. I'm gonna get a fair shot this time. Oh, at the things, yeah. At the for some reason, I don't even know what happened with that, but the comments we got to go by what these StreamYard puts up. But yeah. Let's see. Brooke said, I think Carlos fights the fight at his pace and won't gas. Yeah. Burditch is here. Bud Rich. Let's go, Budrich. Thank you for joining up, Budrich. Terrible with names, but thank you for showing up and hanging out, commenting, all that. Carlos said Ulberg wins this fight. I think it doesn't go the distance. Definitely late, man. It could go early. Like I bet Tefan against Ulberg, and he came out and just destroyed him. You know, Carlos via decision. Death said Victor D Jesus D Jesus in the building. What's up, Victor? Supporter since the beginning. He really knows this stuff too. Puts in good bets, man. Always having action on the first fight's fun, Patrick. Yep. I don't like it no more, man, because that sets the whole pace for the whole night. If you win, you're feeling good, but if you lose, man, it's like, damn, playing catch up. Wait, you guys are gonna win. I got faith in both of you guys. Papa Chuck said, I like to sprinkle on Nicolae round 3. If he gets behind in the first 2 rounds, I think he'll go for broke and mash on the gas. Yeah, that's a good take right there for sure. Edwin Gutierrez. Shit, this is going to be LOL. I'm subscribed to all y'all. Never thought I'd see this crossover. Yeah, man, bringing the best cappers in the game to everybody on these big pay-per-view shows. And we're going to be doing some more shows coming up on Bert's channel, on Patrick's channel, obviously on Johnny K. Pick's channel. Spread around some love. SK City Kickboxing Parlay is going to bust. It's a good possibility.
Anti-City Kickboxing Parlay is like,
I know Johnny's got the reverse one. Johnny's got the reverse City Kickboxing Parlay.
Really?
Not for a real bet, no. But
he picked all the other people, though.
But I did pick every non-City Kickboxing.
You gotta make it. Send them all home sad.
I see Clinton.
I think I'm the only one that picked all against all of them.
I know Daz Files has he's got a CKB parlay himself. So I'm rooting for my boy Daz to get this done.
Yeah, I hope
my son Hasbullah.
He's here just for you. Hasbullah in the house.
There he is. Man, we get a hug. Yeah, we get all the good guys here.
Patrick said he was over in Eastern Europe about like 20 years ago doing some charity work.
On a business trip.
Yep, had handled a little business. Now we got Hasbullah out here running around. Victor said, "When I grow up, I want to have traps like Patrick." Definitely. What was Baby Blood parlay? I missed it. I have that wrote down somewhere. She picked. Who did she
remember?
Everybody from
she picked Pereira. She picked Pereira.
She did pick Pereira.
Poirier. I believe she picked Poirier. Pereira and Poirier. Or did she pick against Poirier? I got it wrote down. I'll get to that. I can't remember.
Shoot.
I'll get to it, Dirty. I got it wrote down though. Dad says CKB generally have good takedown defense, except if you're Blood Diamond. That is true. Okay, Dusan, what's up, man? He said Ulberg via KO, and that could definitely happen. We haven't seen it happen, but it could definitely happen. Ulberg by finish. Euphoria said definitely. Jack says, I don't think Nick has fought any strikers as skilled as Ulberg. He stands with his chin out, and Ulberg hasn't had someone as gritty as Nick, so it's hard to call. I agree on Nick having to grind him out. Yeah, he's gonna have to get him up against the cage, wear out the muscles, and take that speed away. Jenna said he does have a huge head. His head is 3 times bigger than Ulberg's, dude. Like it's made to take punches for sure. Bunny Hunter, what is up? He said, my crazy prediction for tomorrow is all the City Kickboxing guys lose except Izzy. It's a good possibility.
That's probably the right predictions for all of them.
Yeah.
I went 0-4.
0. Edwin said, I thought Nick wins too. Ice Viking, what is up? Ice Viking for showing up and hanging out. He said, great to see y'all back together tonight. Thank you, man. Appreciate you hanging out with us tonight on a Friday night, man. So Jenna laughing. See, Carlos said, Cody, when you when you go to bet at the casino, do you collect any points towards your status? Yes, I do. That's another main reason why I like doing it. They'll send me free trips out to Vegas and stuff like that. I'm gonna try to go out there at the end of December. So yeah, man, they hook me up with some points, but not as much as they used to. And they don't hook up sports bettors as much as like casino, you know, slot machines and stuff. Ulberg's 32, doesn't have much time. Yeah. Dev said, "Careful, Cody." Yeah, I'm done. It's Nicolae from here on out, or whatever you say it.
Say Nick.
Nick, yep. First fight is a toss-up, no matter how you slice it. Yep, 40 people and only 10 likes. Yeah, 45 people now.
Smash.
Everybody, thank you guys for coming out tonight and hanging out with us. And definitely smash that like button. Definitely smash that like button for us and subscribe to all 4 channels. Wow, chill, Cody. Yeah. Oh, I got a bad accent. I got a bad everything.
Jesus.
Jesus.
I didn't even see that one.
That sounds terrible. That's not that bad, is it?
No, you're a little have a little southern like draw, but it's not too bad.
I'm 38% Scottish, man. I go back to good South potato.
But you're 100% American.
110. Let's see. Let's see. Cheers, guys. Jenna, cheers. Edwin, over 1.5 seems good. Yeah, Dev, good luck on your match, Bert. Go live on Insta. Yeah, you should do some stuff like that. Nick is Romanian thing. It can be said, in either order. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Bert, are you sponsored by Monster?
Nope. No. My dad just put it there. I don't know why.
Okay.
It works.
You should get sponsored. though. You will be. Bert's going to have all the sponsors in the game, dude. I'm telling you. Dad said Nick has 38% striking defense. Yeah. 62% on his face of eating him. Like, he doesn't move his head, but his head's so big, he gas out. And
it does more damage to the opponent's hand than it does.
Right.
Titanium.
Titanium shin bone.
Jason, what's up, man? I think this is my my little cousin right there on here. So what's up, man? Appreciate you coming out. If that is, I haven't seen him on here, but that's my cousin's name. Border Rage, what's up, boys? Let's get some money. Papa Chuck, I took 7th at the Tournament of Champions in Columbus back in the day, and that's a good thing. That's like a 56-person tournament from people all over America. It was a tough tournament. When I went there, this is how long ago I went there. I got 3 autographs from the Home Improvement boys, and I was hyped, dude. Zachary Taylor Thomas and all them. Yeah, we're talking mid-90s, baby. Dev said a city kickboxing sweep, maybe. Mike, my boy Mike, he said, he said, how the heck are you boys? Tricky Nicky for the W. I got the reverse city kickboxing ticket too.
There we go.
Just kidding. Just Johnny K, no worries. Yeah,
it's over plus 2,000. If it hits, over plus 2,000.
Yeah, that's amazing. Only region worldwide punches above weight is New Zealand. We see after the fights, if that's still a stat. Yeah, I think I read that probably way wrong, Daz. Respect to John for picking against all of city kickboxing. Yep.
I didn't even know I did until later on. I was like, oh, whoops.
Hey, that's what's good though. Instead of just being like, I think they're gonna win because of this or that. You watched it. You made a good decision. Rob Lawrence said, "What's up, guys? What's up, Rob?" Dylan said, "What are all your guys' favorite Monster flavor?" I don't drink Monster.
I don't drink either.
No.
Actually, if I drink energy drinks, I like Rockstar. I don't know why, but
I drink this rain stuff, and I never drink them. Rockstar
is that the orange dreamsicle one?
It is. Yeah. It is. It's so good.
I'm a huge stimulant caffeine addict, man. As far as Monster goes, that black cherry 0-calorie one they used to make, I'm not even sure if they make it anymore. That's pretty good. Yeah, any of their 0-calorie ones are awesome.
Sounds really good for sure. I'm probably.
I use Monster too much for mixing drinks back in the day, so I can't even drink Monster straight.
Monster
straight mixer like an idiot.
Yeah, pretty much. So
it's like drinking orange juice or Coca-Cola by itself. It's like, what are you doing?
What are you trying to prove here? God mix. I remember, like I said, because being older, dude, I remember when that stuff came out and they started doing Jaeger bombs, because that was the first one they ever mixed any energy drink with like a alcohol like that. But
they never use Red Bull because it's cheaper to do everything else.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. All right, boys, let's get to this next fight, which is going to be a super good fight, man. This fight's super interesting to me. We got Julio Arce sitting at 18-5, currently plus 170 versus Montel Jackson 11-2, currently sitting at minus 220. Patrick, and let you start this one off, man.
Yeah, I like Montel Jackson in this spot. I mean, this could be a very competitive fight for sure, especially where the money line's set at. It's an odd fight because Montel Jackson, most of his better opponents have been against fellow grapplers. He's got a wrestling base. As far as Julio Arce, most of his better competition is against strikers. So we're going to get a chance to see, the untested wrestling defense of Arce and maybe Montel Jackson, how he fares against a better striker. So it's a fun matchup. The only thing I have betting wise on this is I have this weird sprinkle on Montel Jackson, a quarter unit by submission, which is plus 900 on FanDuel. Wow. I think it was around plus 1,000 as well. I mean, he's got a very good BJJ game that you don't see a lot of, which is what drove that price up. He's got a Darce choke over Kelleher. And oddly enough, Arce's only been subbed one time, and it was also by Brian Kelleher by guillotine. So I think this will be a spot where Jackson tends to wrestle. He loves to get in these weird scramble positions where he attempts subs, sometimes just to defend him himself. So I think it's going to be a well-rounded mixed martial arts contest. I see Montel Jackson getting his hand raised, and I think it is by submission.
Nice. Yeah, man. He's definitely a big favorite, and I can see all that. Johnny, who do you like in this one, man?
I'm also going to go with Jackson here. I am not confident whatsoever. This is one of the hardest ones I had to pick on. I'm going with Jackson. I do think he's a little bit more well-rounded. He's going to have the BJJ and ground game advantage. And he's also going to have the reach advantage, too, on the feet. So that's going to help him out on the feet. I do think Arce is the better striker. But, I think Arce has fought the better competition. But like I said, Jackson just well-rounded, so it's hard to pick from here. So I'm gonna go with Jackson just because, like I said, well-rounded is gonna have he's the bigger fighter as well. No bets. I think actually I do have the over 1.5 in like a super safe parlay, and
I like that.
But yeah, this is a really tough fight. Arce I think is live here. He can win. I think this is gonna go to decision no matter what. But I do like Patrick's prop though, because that could happen, and then that'd be awesome.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Especially like if you want, with that fight with Kelleher, man, he sunk that in quick. Bert, who do you got, man?
I kind of agree with everything both of you guys have said so far. It's really just Montel is more well-rounded. He's taller, he's lengthier, gonna force Julio Arce to kind of have to close that distance. And what we know a lot of the taller and lengthier wrestlers in a lot of these UFC fights is they use their height and they use their reach to make the striker come into that range to where they can set up their takedowns a lot easier. I don't think it's going to be easy for Montel Jackson to land the takedowns, but he should mix them in here and there and use the height and reach to land some good shots on the feet. Not going to be a domination or anything. I don't think it's going to be 30-27, 30-26. It's probably going to be a very, very close 29-28 decision. Julio's going to have his moments on the feet, landing some big shots. Montel, submission attempts, some takedowns here and there. It's going to be a really close one. I do have Jackson by decision, and that is my only bet, is that half unit on Jackson by unanimous decision at plus 200, but that's about it for me.
I like it. I bet Julio Arce. He fought big people up at 145, got a win over Julian Erosa, who's actually taller and bigger than Montel Jackson. I mean, Montel Jackson does have a good wrestling background, amateur background, but he hasn't looked that good. His wrestling, I mean, it's looked good against lower level people, but like he got out wrestled by Miles Johns and Ricky Simone. So, and them are high level wrestlers. Don't get me wrong; they're high level MMA guys. But if you're going to be the dominant wrestler, that I would need you to be over Julio Arce. I need you to be out wrestling Johns and them dudes. Arce, what I see happening here, if you watch Montel Jackson's fights too, man, he goes hard for them takedowns in the first round. He'll go really, really hard. Try to get people down, get them out of there, sub them, little ground and pound. But if he don't, he gets tired. That's what he did against Brett Johns and Simone, man. It seems like he tires out. He goes hard in that first round. Arce has 94% takedown defense, but it's not against the greatest wrestlers. I think he's gave up one takedown in 18 attempts though. But I just think that this fight is going to be super close. I think it's going to be 29-28 one way or the other. And if you're going to give me plus 175 on the more experienced guy, here's another big thing too, is Montel Jackson never beat anybody in his entire life. Kelleher, you can count, but other than that, dude, he couldn't even finish JP Buys, went to decision with Buys. Who else does he got? We got Buys, Kelleher, a couple other people that like short notice guys or something. He never really had a big win. Anytime he stepped up,
Jesse Strader,
Jesse Strader, Colares. Yeah, so it's like you know what I mean. He's never really beat anybody good. When you got Julio Arce out here, debatably, if you rewatch the Dawodu fight, he beat Hakeem Dawodu, in my opinion. Knocked out Julian Erosa. He's going to have the better striking. He uses kicks where Griffin doesn't really use them, and I just think it's going to be a really close fight. So I put 1.45 units to win 2.5 on Arce, and I think that if Jackson comes out, starts getting, you know, he's got good striking too. But if he comes out and starts getting pieced up a little bit, he's going to start spamming them takedowns, trying to get Arce down, and then maybe slows down, and then Arce takes over in that second and third round. But I just think this line was way off, dude. Montel Jackson's never, and Arce's coming, you know, he's been at 135 now a couple fights, but he was at 145 fighting with way bigger guys and doing just fine. So he's got finish ability, finished Andre Ewell. Even though Andre Ewell might not be the greatest fighter, he's a durable ass dude. Like, he don't get finished by many people. So give me Julio Arce, man. Give me Julio Arce. I'm not all that impressed with Montel Jackson. Not to be this big of a favorite. He should be minus like 135. You know what I mean? Honestly, in the skill level and all that. So but I can't blame anybody taking Montel Jackson either. So
you gotta pay the wrestling tax.
The line's around what, like minus 220 on a lot of books, minus 200, minus 220. Yeah, I mean, and at that price, you're talking about a 7. So 7 out of 10 times Jackson wins. I think that
should be a 30, 20.
Right.
Like that line to me, it's minus 225. I want a 30-27, or I want my guy to finish him. And I don't want it to be like, damn, this is going to be going back and forth. Hopefully my dude can hit them takedowns, hold him down. He's got the biggest hands in the world. It hasn't worked out that much in the UFC. So, but yeah, man, I just thought there were so many dogs with so much value this week. You know, I'm not really like a dude that just loves chasing dogs, but it's just like the last time I put on Twitter, the last time I bet this many dogs of plus 170 or more was UFC 279. And that was, I bet Rosa versus Dawodu, and I bet Johnny Walker versus Ian Kutalaba. And they was both plus over 175. And I'm like, dude, you know what I mean? They're more well-rounded. Like, but so I'm the only one. I was the outlier. I feel like the Benio Dariush fight.
Well, we all agree it's going to be a close fight, though.
Yes.
I think you're on the value side of that money line for sure. Absolutely.
Nice. Let's see what everybody in the crowd says. There's my dude, Jason. He said, yep, it's your little cuz, man. He's my little cousin from back home. I don't get to see him that much, but I do appreciate you coming out, man. Ice Viking, my sister went on a date with the oldest kid from Home Improvement. That's hilarious. The blonde haired one. Yeah.
Not JT.
Dude,
or JTT.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas. No, I think he's the middle one.
Yeah.
Papa Chuck said, Bert, you need to swag up your look like Patrick. He can probably teach you how to modify your current t-shirt to show off your gains.
I've never been accused of having a swagged up look before. This is thank you for that, Papa Chuck. I appreciate you. I'm not a fashionista, but I do have some good cutoffs.
Good traps too. Shoot, man. They're out there, man. Let's see. Effie said Jackson, but no bet. Carlos said, let me get Montel Jackson for sure. Dev said bigger hands than Francis. Yeah. Jackson, one of my locks. That is a strong word, Dev. Jack says this one is iffy too. I think Arce has only lost to better competition, top 25 type opponents, so it's hard to see him lose to Jackson, but it's hard to see him win. And that's what's weird. Like, you'd figure Jackson's like a top 15 dude already ranked to be minus 220. Let's see. Pop Chuck said, Dev the dude. The bad thing about big hands is that they make other things. I was thinking that earlier too. Probably sucks when he pees, but good for MMA. You know what I mean? Good for MMA. Euphoria said Arce for that plus money is a good look. High key. Yeah, for real. Boom Boom turned out pretty puff in the end. Yeah. Oh, fucking Kelleher. Edwin Gutierrez, he said Julio Arce always keeps pushing on the feet and he can stuff the takedowns and win. 90, what is it? 94%.
It's like 94%, yeah.
But not against not the best wrestlers, but that's what I'm thinking too. Julio Arce always keep, let's see. Mario, what's up, Mario Fights? Thanks for joining us. He said, I just take the over 2.5 and call it good on that Jackson Arce fight. That's a good bet. Yeah. Hey, Dad, are you proud of me? I made it to the UFC.
I'm proud of you, son.
Just need to get those UFC cards, and I'm gonna get that rookie card.
I know. Does he have cards? Does Hasbro have cards?
Not yet, but when he does,
that'll be super. Next fight, boys. Third fight. This is going to be a banger. Ottman Azaitar versus Matt Frevola. Ottman Azaitar 13-0, currently sitting at minus 150. Matt Frevola 9-3-1, currently sitting at plus 125. Johnny, who do you got?
I'm gonna go with Ottman here. I know he has a 2-year layoff, but I think he's going to be the better striker. I think he's going to have the more power. He's got good, pretty decent takedown defense. And Frevola, to me, he's just more of a brawler. He tries to go in there guns blazing, and I don't think this is the right time to do it. Maybe he has a different game plan this time, but I haven't seen it yet, so I'm going to go with what I know. And yeah, his chin's not great to do that, and he gets rocked a lot. And I know in his last fight against Valdez, he even got rocked, even though he ended up winning that fight. But he just goes in there and just gets clipped. He doesn't have the chin to do it. So I think Ottman's going to definitely catch him, and then maybe in the first round or early second round. But if it gets past like the 1.5 round mark, I'll be a little scared, because I think Frevola will probably have to has been using his wrestling and maybe tire out Ottman and, you know, win a decision or something like that. But I'm going to go with Ottman to get that early knockout. I have a bet on him at like plus 105. I was a little late to the party, but at least I'm not completely late to the party.
Yeah, no, underdog money is perfect. For this one, I'm going to go with Ottman, but I couldn't bring myself to bet him because it gives me flashbacks to when I bet Jalen Turner against Matt Frevola a couple years ago. And in that fight, like when I watched it live, I'm like, oh, I was just mad. I'm like, how is Frevola just killing him and just wrestling him down and stuff? But if you rewatch it, he was taking him down, but Turner was getting up, and Turner hit him with some really big shots, some good knees and all kinds of stuff in that fight. And Frevola took it and kept landing the takedowns, kept fighting tough. So that was the only thing that worried me, is if Frevola does take a couple of them Ottman shots and gets his wrestling going. That's why I wanted to bet the over 1.5. And I kind of wussed out on that too, because I'm like, man, if Frevola does come out here with the right game plan, he's a little bigger than Ottman, and he's more well-rounded. As far as we know, we've never seen Ottman's ground game because he just finishes everybody quick. So, but we've seen what his brother does when he faces a little opposition and gets taken down a couple times. He gets gassed out. I'm not saying they're the same by any means, but
we can't really judge brothers though.
But they both use explosive striking. Yeah. Like they're both throwing heat. But yeah, man. So I'm going to take Ottman. I'm going to say, just from what the past has shown, where Frevola's chin's a little suspect, I'm going to take Ottman to be able to catch him in that first or early second round. But like I said, I just stayed away from altogether because it's all going to depend on what Frevola wants to do. What's his game plan? So, but Bert, what do you got?
Yeah, originally I was like most people with this fight, Matt Frevola getting rocked by Genaro Valdez, getting completely starched in like less than 10 seconds by Terrence McKinney. I was going to be like, for sure, Ottman Azaitar should be able to catch him early on in this fight. But like you said, there's that thought in your mind that if it does get to round 2 to round 3, possibility Matt could mix in the takedowns, ground and pound, and maybe get a submission or something like that. But I'm gonna go with decision here. I know it's not gonna be a popular pick. I know everyone in the comments is gonna be like, no, Matt Frevola late finish or Ottman Azaitar early finish. But in these type of a fight, where one guy is just so much better on the ground and one guy is so much better on the feet, kind of like a Charles do Bronx Oliveira situation, I don't really know how willing Ottman is going to be to go to the ground and just risk going down there with Matt Frevola, because that's where Matt is going to start to hold them a little bit to try to survive against Ottman Azaitar. And I do believe Matt will be able to clear the cobwebs in those situations where he does get rocked and make it to the later rounds. I got Ottman winning round number 1, rocking Matt pretty bad in that round, preserving just enough energy to rock him again in round number 2, and then just gas out like Abu Azaitar's brother did as well. Lose round number 3, and I think we got a controversial round 1 Azaitar, round 3 Frevola, fairly obvious. Round 2, we got Azaitar rocking Frevola, and Frevola landing a few takedowns, ground and pounding. What do you value more, the knockdown or the control time of the ground and pound? I'm going to go Ottman Azaitar, 29-28, very close controversial decision.
I love that. That's a hot take right there. I love that, Bert. That was a good breakdown. Patrick, what you got for us, man?
Yeah, man. I mean, the Azaitar brothers are a crazy bunch. I mean, they're kind of mob connected as well back in their home country. So that whole bag stunt, scaling the facade and breaking into the quarantine zone at Fight Island 2 years ago, I mean, that's nothing for these guys. Abu Azaitar, I mean, he got convicted with like beating a guy half to death, stealing his Ferrari, like trying to set him on fire. Like, these guys know violence, man. So I'm betting on violence in this fight. My biggest prop bet is 3 units on the under 2.5 in this fight. At minus 125, I got that. I got the line movement for sure on that. You know, I think there was even plus money when it opened, but I got the minus 125. It's probably closer to minus 180 now or
minus
something.
200.
minus 200. So going against Bert on this one, looking for violence. I think Matt Frevola just can't control himself. Like, I'm sure the entire Serra Longo team is like, all right, man, just be measured. Look for the opportunity to level change, get the takedown. Dude, he's going to have it in his mind. He's like, guys, I went out there and I got in a slugfest against Gennaro Valdez. I got the most knockdowns in round 1. I'm good. And it might go well for him. It might not. So I think it ends within a round, but I got the under 2.5.
Yep. That is, that's good. So what do we go there? So we all went on Ottman.
Yep.
So it's we have to throw him on some Capper consensus parlay or something, man, where we got all 4 of us. That's the first one. We got all 4. I have to write that one down.
Got it. I was going to do a parlay. I was going to do like a consensus parlay if we had like 3 or 4 guys.
Right. Because
it's going to be dicey. It's going to be dicey, though, because I know me and Cody have a lot of different guys.
On this card, it's going to be hard to all agree on a lot of fights because man, there's a lot of good stuff. So we got a lot of people in the rounds just saying in the chat as I put up there was saying under 0.5 is low key good chances. That's what Jock said. So that seems decent. Mario said I see 90% of the money is on Ottman, so maybe under 1.5 or Ottman inside distance at plus money. Mike, my boy Mike, Chef Mikey, Vegas Mikey said Ottman is giving me the Khalid Taha vibes. Hope I don't waste cash on a guy who hasn't fought in 2, but Frevola's chin is thin, and I like strikers. Yeah, lost money on the strikers, lost more money on strikers than anybody. Yeah, man.
Big strikers too.
Yeah, I would have been all over. I wanted to bet him. And plus another thing is one of my buddies sent me a photo of Ottman training with Khabib or Umar and them. Like he was hanging out with their camps, so they're on fire. Obviously, anybody around them is getting the extra juice, man. Papa Chuck said, I hear that Paulo's secret juice is squeezed from Ottman's potatoes. Those are the facts. All right, guys, let's move it on up to a maybe not as fun and exciting fight. We got the men's featherweight division, 145. We got Mike Trizano versus Seung Choi. Mike Trizano's 9-3, currently sitting at plus 130. Seung Choi's 10-5, currently sitting at minus 165. And I'm going to take Seung Choi in this one. Another one that I'm not super confident on just because he's burnt me the last 2 fights with Caceres and Cutelauba or whatever. Culibao, there you go. Yeah, and Trizano kind of strikes like Culibao, a little bit. So I think Seung Choi lands the harder shots. Maybe mixes into grappling, maybe not, but I think he's going to land the harder shots. I think they both got about the same striking, but Choi's a little bigger and going to land the harder shots, the more eye-catching shots. But I think it goes to decision, but I didn't bet on anything on this because Trizano killed me against Almeida. So, man, I just can't get a good read on these guys. They both lost me money, and I'm not going to lose money on another one betting against each other. So, yeah, man, give me Seung Choi. Bert, who you got?
I'm also going to go Seung Choi for many of the same reasons that you said. It's pretty similar in terms of like volume and things like that. I don't really think either guy is going to be landing significantly more than the other guy. It's just what are the chins looking like for Seung Choi and Mike Trizano? What is the power looking like for Mike Trizano and Seung Choi? And add it on, if you don't remember, you will. Mike Trizano just missed weight. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to be that guy that's just going to say everyone that misses weight is going to come in there with a bad chin, but it's always a possibility. And fighting a power puncher type of guy like Seung Choi right here, I think there's a very good shot he can crack him a few times. Lucas Almeida was able to crack him a few times in their fight as well. So I think Seung Choi is going to go out there and crack him early on in this fight and finish him late, kind of like Lucas Almeida did in round number 3. He just hits harder. And he's got a better chin than Mike Trizano. I think he'd be more willing to trade than Mike, and Mike is just going to try to get out of those situations. So I think Seung will catch him towards the tail end of this fight, 2nd or 3rd round, TKO.
Okay. I like that. Patrick, who do you got?
Yeah, second money line bet of the night, minus 160, 1.6 units to win 1 on Seung Choi. Not only does he hit harder and just maybe have a little bit more durability, he's just a better athlete. He moves around a lot better. His footwork is nice. His pull counters are super nice. Mike Trizano, for being a featherweight, is very slow and plotty, and not to mention he missed weight. So I love having a pre-flop money line bet on somebody and their opponent misses weight. It's the best feeling at the weigh-ins for sure. You're just hoping that the fight stays intact for tomorrow. And we get that diminished version of Mike Trizano, because it is a big factor when they miss weight. They've been in the sauna all night long, trying up until the final moments of the weigh-in to make that weight, and they can't do it. So Seung Choi has had a lot of bad breaks, but it's a lot of grapplers that are, making his debut against Movsar Evloev. Come on now, and it's just been a grappler after grappler. He finally gets Alex Caceres knocked out and out of there, and then has to illegally knee him right as he's about to get the finish, and then gets his back taken in round 2 and choked out. So I lost a lot of money on that one too. But we're about to get it back. Seung Choi. It could be inside the distance or by decision. I'm not, on either side of that one with too much conviction, but I think Seung Choi just gets the better of Mike Trizano here for sure.
I like that. The two good breakdowns. Johnny, what do you got?
I'm gonna stay on the train here. I'm gonna go with the Choi train, and I was not super confident picking this early on, but that weight miss definitely helped out a lot. I'm not gonna lie. And but I do think Choi is going to be the better striker. I think he's going to have a little bit more power. Both these guys, they get knocked out, but they don't do a lot of they don't get a lot of knockouts themselves. I think Choi has 1 knockout in his UFC career, and Trizano has 0. So but they've been knocked out 5 or 6 times, combined. So I think this fight's going to go to decision. I think Choi is the better striker. I don't think there's going to be a lot of grappling. I just don't like Trizano's low volume. He does not throw any punches at all. He'll walk you down and follow you, but he will just get hit. And you're like, what is going on? So give me Choi here. I'm gonna say by decision, and I got the over 1.5 in this fight because I think that'll hit easy.
I like it. Man. Mike Trizano. I don't know how he got that win over Ludovic Klein too. If you watch that fight, too. he didn't beat Ludovic Klein, man. Ludovic Klein won the first 2 rounds. So Trizano could be on a decent little losing streak. There's nothing that sticks out about him where you're like, all right, here's his path to victory in this fight. So all of us are on Choi. I like you guys' all your guys' bets and breakdowns. So we got Ottman and Choi. Yeah, another consensus. Let's see what we got up here in the chat. Papa Chuck said, I see Choi getting back in the saddle here. Trizano will be working the streets in Times Square after this fight with the naked cowboy. Carlos said, taking Trizano here, but no bets on this fight. Okay. Liking the underdog. Okay. I think Trizano growled at him at the stare down. Did he? Gave him the teen wolf.
I didn't see that.
He said, Jenna said, Patrick's so fucking cool. I love me some Patrick. We do too.
Love me too, Jenna Marie.
Yeah, he's so all right.
Cool. Yeah, she's always supporting. Super awesome. Jenna's super awesome. Yeah, that's why we try to get the best people on this show, dude, and then get everybody's community in here and having a good Friday night, man. Appreciate that, Jenna. I'm with Wilbert. Wait. Oh, okay. Makes sense now.
Are you a Wilbert, Bert? Or are you just a Bert?
My real name is Robert, but it's just Bert. It's just Bert.
There you go.
Oh, Bert. I like it. Bunny Hunter said, I'm with Bert too. Hasbullah. Hey, Dad. Knock, knock. Who's there? Not you.
A man's got to live his life. All right.
Oh,
a man's got to live his life. I've been busy. Go build some character. Now that you got a UFC contract, I think I'll come visiting you from.
Yes. Let's link up in Dubai at the freaking Ferrari place.
Please.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Pink Floyd, what is up, man? One of the best names in the game, dude. I love that name. I'm on a roll betting against fighters that miss weight and look terrible at the scale. So biased, but bet Choi. I like that.
Yep.
Dev said I switched to Seung. Okay. He was on the Trizano. Okay. I can respect that, man. I'm also on the Choi train. Some Choi sauce.
Choi.
Yeah. Dev said decision either way. Jenna, let's see. She's got the smiley face. Patrick, Johnny, you want to do your 9:00 giveaway, and then I'll do the 9:30 and 10.
Yeah. All right, guys. So I got 3 cards. We're gonna do a little city kickboxing giveaway here. So I got the Izzy Gold Flash right here, or actually not gold. I'm sorry, orange. It's gold. Yeah. Riddell is numbered.
Oh, nice.
It is 120 to 125. And then I got the Dan Hooker Prism. I can't even do this right. There you go. And that is numbered to 149. So you get 2 numbered cards here. The City Kickboxing giveaway. And the question, are you guys ready? I'll give you a couple moments. All right, here we are. So, what is Izzy's kickboxing record? Go. What's his record in kickboxing?
Just in kickboxing. That's
just in kickboxing. First person who gets it that I see right now.
Pereira.
So he has
He's at least
2
got
losses.
2. He at least has 2. Yep. 2 losses.
What is Izzy's kickboxing record? Let me look this up again. I'll make sure.
Yeah, you have to tell me who gets that.
Okay, I'm looking. The full record. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong one, but I haven't got it yet.
Nothing up there yet. We got a lot of answers.
Hold on.
77.
Everyone's coming through. Okay, so I'm just gonna say it because I think someone did get it. It's 75-5. That's what I'm looking at.
Sandberg.
Dang,
somebody had 75-4. Somebody had. So wait, did you say the record or just the total fights?
Just the record, so like 75-5.
Okay, yeah, okay. So
over 75-5. There was a lot that came through.
Looks like Sandberg got it first. There was a lot. There was a couple that came through right at the same time almost.
Yep. So Sandberg, congratulations. Hit me up on Instagram or Twitter with your address, and I will send these out to you. Excellent. Probably early next week, like Monday or Tuesday. Just so you know.
Excellent. And
we expect everybody to cheat, Jenna.
Gotta get them Googling. Gotta get Googling for sure. Let's see. All right. Not the greatest fight. We're gonna start this. I started the last one, but we got Karolina Kowalkiewicz versus Silvana Gomez Juarez. KK's 13-7, currently sitting at -110. Silvana Gomez 11-4, currently sitting at -115. Bert, we're gonna let you start this one off.
Yeah, this one, I'm going to say it right off the bat. The only bet that I have on here does not go to a decision at -110. Pretty decent value in my opinion, because I think it'll go one of 2 ways. Silvana Gomez Juarez does kind of what she always does and goes out there, gets an early first-round KO on Karolina Kowalkiewicz, just starts throwing her hands, letting the heat go, and knocks her out. Or she does exactly that, but she doesn't knock her out. She gasses a little bit, gets taken down by Karolina Kowalkiewicz, coming off a submission win on Felice Herrig. We know how Silvana Gomez Juarez loses is submission wins by other girls that are taking her down and getting the submission. So it's either going to be that early finish from Silvana or that late finish from Karolina Kowalkiewicz, leaning more towards a round 1, round 2 KO from Silvana Gomez Juarez. They're the same age, a little bit of an experience factor for Karolina Kowalkiewicz, but I don't think she's going to be able to handle that pressure early on from Silvana Gomez Juarez. It's going to be a pretty exciting women's MMA fight, in my opinion. I lean the slight underdog Silvana to get the early KO, but the only bet does not go to a decision, or maybe the under 2.5 if you want to do that one.
I like it. Patrick, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking Gomez Juarez in this fight. I do like the round 1 knockout. Now, that's something hard to bank on for a women's strawweight fight at 115, but you can see that Juarez can crack. I mean, she knocked down Vanessa Demopoulos and would have had her out of there in round 1 if it wasn't for her falling into the guard and getting submitted. So that falls into, Bert's prediction as well, that could happen, right? She could fumble the bag, and we've seen her do it a couple of times now. That's her kryptonite. Kowalkiewicz, not really one to initiate the grappling, so much, especially early on. So I do think that she's going to fall victim to Juarez's striking. And Kowalkiewicz just looks so bad. She's certainly diminished from her time early in the UFC. She's got 13 fights now. She was on a 5-fight losing streak until she lost to, or until she beat Felice Herrig last time. Excuse me. And both girls look terrible in that fight. They look bad. They just looked like both of them should have retired after that. So, honestly, Felice Herrig, I'm sure, planned to. Kowalkiewicz probably would have retired if she lost. Let's be real. So, yeah, or she would have been cut. So she's lucky to be
retire
here.
This fight.
Yeah. She's got an autoimmune disease she's been battling for a while as well. I'm sure that the training camps and the weight cuts are not going to help her out here. So give me Juarez to win. Nothing I can really take a money line side on confidently, but fight doesn't go is really the good play here.
I like that. I like what you and Bert both got with that. Johnny, what do you got?
Yeah, I got Juarez too, and the same thing as Bert and Patrick said. I think it's going to be a Juarez knockout early or a Karolina sub by either low fight IQ from Juarez or later in the fight, maybe late in the second round, Juarez will be gassed out because she's never been into the second round in the UFC. So I don't know how she's going to fare if she can't get that knockout early. So yeah, I think this is going to go under 2.5. I got a bet on the under 2.5 at plus 110 as well. And yeah, I just think this fight's not going to go to the third round. Let's put it that way. I see a finish by one of these fighters for sure.
Yeah. I'm with all three of you guys. I got Juarez, and I think she's going to have a huge speed and power advantage. You've seen, like you guys all said, even Karolina was getting punched, by Felice Herrig, who was terrible at that point. Her last two wins in like the last 5 years are both Felice Herrig. That armbar that she got on Herrig, that was her first finish in 8 years. So she's not really a finisher. It kind of seems like she is, but she can finish Gomez though. She definitely has the jiu-jitsu to finish Gomez. But I just think that Gomez is going to be faster and she's going to crack her, dude. And it's going to be over. It's going to look like what was Andrade. They knocked her head off. And that was when she was still, doing good. Her head hasn't been in this game for a long time. She's retired a couple times. Yeah, she's just too hittable now. And it used to work when she was fighting and really good back in the day. There's low level of competition in the UFC. So, but she's decent, but I think exactly what Patrick said. She should have retired on that win, went out on a win, and looked good. But I think that Juarez touches her in that first or second round for sure and gets that KO. So all four of us are on Juarez.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, man.
Juarez. Consensus. Write it down.
Consensus.
I might have to throw a little bit of lunch money on a parlay here if we agree on any more than this.
I might go to the casino tomorrow. I got some bets for next week that I want to put in. I might go put in what we got, to be honest. Victor said Juarez by first round decapitation. I'm feeling it.
I think that's it.
Yeah, yep. Effie said 37-year-old strawweights, aka elite levels women MMA. Yeah. Dev got KK via sub. It's definitely a possibility. Yeah. If she can get that grappling going, definitely a possibility. I just think this Gomez is just going to be too physical for her. She showed really good hips and movement in the Na fight when Na tried a couple takedowns right off the bat, pushed her away, circled out, landed.
Na Liang just tried to dive head first.
She did. They were not the best takedowns.
I bet her too. I was like, are you kidding me?
The only good thing about losing money on fights like that, when people act like that, is they see them get punched in the face really hard, dude. And she got punched really hard for fighting like that.
Yeah, it was bad.
Like Strickland, for example, Strickland's burner, like when he fought Pereira, boom, didn't try anything other than the not block a left hook. Jenna. Alex had more meaningful wins. Yeah. That's what I want to hear, Bert. Bert's always got the knowledge. Youth is on Karolina. Carlos, this fight is a piss break for me, but give me Gomez Juarez. But who cares?
It'll be a quick one. It's going to be a quick piss break.
Right. Yep. For my lineups. Gray shirt 108. What is up? He said, "Hi guys. I just got fired from my job. I've been left by my wife. She took the kids and I can't pay for a hotel room anymore. What's the best lock to put my pocket change into? Change my life forever on this card."
I got Zhang Wei Li versus Carlos Esparza. Fight starts round 1.
I'll bet that.
I
bet that. Then Carlos Esparza pulls out with some what is it? Food. What have they been getting lately? Food poisoning
from a cookie.
Yeah, cookie. Yeah, exactly. One of them New York cookies, dude. But the lock. This card's tough for a lock, dude. You gotta go. You gotta go check out Dev the dude right here, my boy. He got the locks for you. I would say
the locks.
Yeah, Dev got the
every
locks.
fight's a lock.
Yes, this card's tough for a lock like that. I like to span under 1.5, but if you can get it to the under 2.5, that's money Mayweather.
Fight doesn't go as a good bet.
Excellent. That's a lock. I mean, yeah. Surprised are the odds are a pick 'em. So I thought Silvana could crush Karolina. Yeah. I mean, she crushed Demopoulos, and then she got in that armbar. And I had money on Gomez too. But yeah, I like KK's cannons more. Pink Floyd cheering for KK for that victory over Hashimoto's disease. But as Clint always says, no happy endings in MMA. Yeah, that's true. KK at ATT.
Ruthless. Yeah,
KK is past wash now. She's all the way dry. Effie says Gomez by KO. I like that. If Gomez can't get the KO in round 1, she's done. That is a possibility if she gets grappled.
Yeah, we haven't seen her in the second round. Gomez.
Jay Sherman plus 140. Waldo Cortez Acosta minus 160.
Cody.
If Chase Sherman threw power leg kicks all the time, I'd pick him. How the fuck is Costa fighting 3 weeks after taking all them leg kicks, bro? He almost got finished by leg kicks like 7 times in that fight. There ain't no way your leg can be.
I mean, Sherman does throw like 3 leg kicks all fight.
Might be enough, dude. I bet the over. Yeah. I bet the over 1.5 in that Vandera Cortez fight, and I honestly thought Cortez was about to get stopped in that second round from leg kicks before it was even time, dude. He wasn't blocking them, and he was getting hit, and he's like, oh, yelling in his face, but like yelling at the pain. But yeah, man, that's I don't know. I was fading Parisian, dude. That dude's terrible. Parisian's one of the worst heavyweights I've seen fight, dude. What I seen Rocky Martinez do to him, I'm like, there ain't no way.
Is he worse than Vandera?
I would take Vandera over Parisian. I honestly would.
Nah.
Man.
I honestly would.
Or no, I'd go freaking Chase.
Chase slows down before Vandera, though. Like Chase,
we should do a live stream on like just the worst heavyweights, and it would be so fun. I would have a ball.
That's how bad that division is, though.
I know.
Jenna said, believe Patrick. He's been doing this since a baby.
Speaking of the heavyweights one, man, they don't do these anymore. But there was one time I went to UFC 146, I think it was. This is a while back, but it was the entire main card was all heavyweights. Every single fight on the main card was all heavyweight fights.
When was that? That
was 2012, I want to say. It was UFC 140. I think it was UFC 146. Junior Dos Santos fought Frank Mir in a short notice bout, but the entire main card was all heavyweights. It was so much fun.
Dude,
all of them phenomenal. Finished. Yeah.
All of them finished. Hell yeah. You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
That was great.
I don't know if they have 10 of them anymore. Yeah, Patrick was been doing this since baby. I heard word on the street, and I don't know if it's legend or not, but I heard he was born at UFC 101 or UFC 1. He was actually born at the show.
Pretty close.
That's just what I've heard on Twitter. Word on the street.
I was conceived backstage.
Yes. Yep. That's amazing. Bach is definitely Weili Zhang. She, as long as she can wrestle. Let's see. CJ, what's good, my guy? Everybody getting acquainted. Jenna said I would be there. Prince said, do a watch party and get high. We will, son. We did one. We're gonna do another one. We need to do one on Patrick's channel coming up. So whenever he's down to do one, I'm down to do one. I know Lou is. Jenna, see. Yeah, all right, let's get to this next fight. We're moving along pretty good, but yeah, we'll get to this next fight. It's a good one, boys. Andre Petroski, 8-1, currently sitting at minus 210 against Wellington Turman, 18-5, currently sitting at plus 160. And I'm gonna let Patrick start this one.
Yeah, this is a fun one. I mean, this is another spot where, like, I think Petroski should be the favorite in this spot, but not minus 200 or more, honestly. Like, Wellington Turman has got the experience. I mean, I know he's been pretty much a disappointment so far in the UFC, going 3-3, but he's a young guy. He's 26 years old. I just worry about Petroski's cardio. That's what really backed me off of, like, backing him in this spot. I think fight ends in round 3 is a good bet. You know, if you bet either guy to win in round 3, you know, a fraction of a unit on each guy, like that might be a way to like get some pretty crazy odds on just one of these guys gasses out and gets finished. So grappler versus grappler. I like Petroski's pure wrestling, and his striking is very basic with his tools, but it is powerful. I just worry he's going to gas out in this spot. I think the value's on Wellington Turman. I don't hate anybody taking that money line bet, but fight doesn't go might be a good look as well. I'm not even sure where that's at, but I'm taking Petroski as a pick. I think he should be the favorite, but not by very much at all. So good luck on this one.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's gonna be a weird fight. Johnny, what do you got?
Give me the future champion in the middleweight division.
This guy.
No, I'm joking. I'm going with Petroski here. I am not a fan of Turman. I do not think he's that good. He does have good BJJ. I will give him that. but on the feet, he's not that great. I don't think Petroski's going to have the power advantage. Also, he is kind of a slow starter, and Petroski is a fast starter. So maybe the first round submission or finish by Petroski is a good bet here. But I just, like I said, I like what I'm seeing from Petroski. He's not a finished product. I know he's 31 years old, but he is making improvements in his fights since the the tough season. I know he had some bad moments in there, if you want to say, but he's getting better. He does need to work on his cardio, which is scary, but I do think he has at least 2 rounds of cardio, unless he just goes balls out in the first round. Then he probably has like a round and a half, which that would scare me. But I think this is gonna be more of a slower paced fight, I think. And they're gonna test the striking out first, and then maybe the second round, that's when the grappling will start coming in for both these guys. But on the feet, I think it's very close. But I like Petroski here. Misha Serkinov, Turman barely won, and I just can't get past that. So give me Petroski.
Nice. Yeah, man. I'm gonna take Wellington Turman. I watched with my own eyes. I watched Andre Petroski lose a round to Michael Gilmore. You guys know him? It's terrible.
Well, he's not in the UFC anymore.
Exactly. He shouldn't be. And
Petroski
is the Harry Hunsucker of middleweight.
Yeah. And to me, I mean, we can say what we want to say, but honestly, I don't see Petroski tapping out Misha Serkinov. Like, I think that Wellington Turman's BJJ is just as high level, if not more high level, than Petroski. Petroski couldn't even tap out that Chinese dude that was like a white belt, went all the way to the 3rd round. I'm not impressed with Petroski, man. He goes hard in that first round. He goes for the finish, and if he can't get it, he goes with his takedowns. He starts gassing. He takes sloppy shots. He takes one in the second round. He starts taking terrible shots. He's just been lucky. He's fought in terrible competition up to this part. It was an excellent submission against Maximov. If he doesn't get that, he was going to get his ass beat. And that's this. He was going to gas out. That's Maximov's thing, to just keep wrestling. It would look like that Brundage fight, I think. But he did look good with that submission. But Wellington Turman's a high-level black belt. He's 26 years old. He's been in the UFC. He's got way more experience against high-level fighters. The 2 dudes that beat him would have beat Petroski too. Petroski ain't taking Andrew Sanchez down. He's eating a punch to the face and going to sleep. And who else? Carl Robertson. I actually thought that Wellington Turman beat him. And Bruno Silva's putting out Petroski too, in my opinion. But yeah, man, I just think that Wellington Turman, if you watch him fight Marcus Perez, look good. His wrestling looked good. He used it to keep the fight standing, where he beat him up standing up, nice knees in the clinch. Like, Petroski's striking's terrible. If you watch him, you don't have like a jab or nothing. Like, he's trying to throw big shots to get the takedown, and that's all he's doing. He's not like setting up combos or nothing like that. He's just swinging, and he looks really awkward. He looks like he doesn't want to be standing, especially when he starts getting a little more tired. Like I said, in the second round, Michael Gilmore was piecing him up with shots when he couldn't get the takedown. Wellington Turman shown good cardio, good toughness. I mean, he got knocked out by Bruno Silva. He got knocked out by Andrew Sanchez. But these are things that happen. He's 22-year-old kid, 23-year-old kid fighting these guys. And them guys were grizzled vets. That's how you get your experience and learn. But he's a 26-year-old on his way up. He's training with Alex Pereira and Glover Texera for the last year and a half.
That's
and
big.
Them guys are
that's really big. Yeah,
it's huge when you're getting all that experience and you're striking and you're grappling, and then you're seeing their work ethic of 2 legit world champion fighters. You know what I mean? And he's younger. Like I said, Petroski's like 31, going on 32. And I just think that first round's going to be tough. I remember Eric Betts fights put up a great prop that said to bet this live after that first round. And then if that's what you want to do, that seems like a good thing, because I think Wellington Turman, Petroski's best thing is his grappling, right? Well, that's what Wellington Turman does really well too, except that when that don't work, now it's not just like an even stand-up. Like, I think that Wellington Turman's striking is a lot better than Petroski's.
Just hope that you get the version of Wellington Turman that got deducted 2 points in that 3rd round against Sam Alvey. After that second point deduction, he was so pissed and aggressive and trying to end the fight. If you get that version of him from the get-go here, when the bell starts round 1, you're sitting pretty. You're sitting pretty. So
yeah, and like I said, when I watched the tape on this, and like I said, with Gilmore, with any time that Petroski had to strike, dude, he doesn't look good. He looks uncomfortable. He's trying to throw big hooks. He's like smiling, but I just think that Wellington.
Are you saying that Petroski is the Mackenzie Dern of the middleweight division?
That's like not a
No,
bad
because he's got
comparison.
wrestling. He's got wrestling.
that's
but
true.
That's true.
he gasses though. But yeah, man, I took Wellington Turman. I put 2 units on him to win 3.5, and I think that's a great line. I think this fight should be like a pick 'em, and I actually think that like Wellington Turman looked a little bigger today at the face-offs, and I think that he's the more well-rounded fighter. So
I think you're seeing in this money line like an overcorrection because he was what was he like a plus 275 to plus 300 underdog against Maximov, right? And
Right.
he came through quickly. Like he looked like he should have been the line he is now. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Yeah.
I think you're getting that overcorrection after a big underdog win. Now they're correcting, be like, oh, this guy's fucking great, and they're making him a giant favorite. So
right,
that's what's happening.
And Maximov ain't no black belt in jiu-jitsu either yet. He's not even. If you go look at his record on Tapology, it's all red. All his grappling matches are losses. Like he pretty much and. Yeah, he might have won 1 or 2, but Wellington Turman legit
He beat
high level
Bill
black
Hawes,
belt.
and he beat Eric Anders.
Yeah, true. Maximov did.
Johnny's poking holes in all of his logic right
No,
here.
Petroski. No, I'm saying Maximov.
Maximov.
He got
my
that
bad,
submission
my bad.
over Maximov because we're overestimating like Maximov, some badass black belt world champion, but he's not even a black belt.
He could beat Chimaev. We went through
That's
this.
possible.
Maximov trains with the Diaz brothers, dude. He's a badass.
Right.
He's the
But
best.
the Wellington Turman's legit black belt. So I just think that and Petroski, all he's got is that fucking anaconda, dude. That's all he goes for. Anaconda darts, stand up. Oh shit, I can't strike. And that's what's gonna happen here, boys. Bert, what do you think?
I'm gonna say just like you, it's a 50-50 fight in my opinion. The only bet that I'm gonna make here before I get into the prediction is Wellington Turman by submission or a decision at plus 240 right there. Just get a little bit more value because I highly doubt he's going out there with a KO TKO game plan. A lot of his wins are decisions, maybe striking at range and things like that, or he's able to catch the submission on the ground like he was able to with Misha Serganov. And I do lean Andre Petroski ever so slightly, but like you said, minus 200 is disrespectful in my opinion for Wellington Turman to be this big of an underdog. Because Wellington has the jiu-jitsu advantage. He's training with Glover. He's training with Alex Pereira. The striking of Andre Petroski really is just not that good. But I think the wrestling can hold them off for a little bit. Round 1, I think Andre's going to land those takedowns, land a little bit of ground and pound on Wellington Turman, do a little bit of the same in round number 2 as well. Wellington's going to get mad like he did with Sam Alvey, come back a little bit in round 3. There's going to be moments where Wellington and Glover's going to be in his corner like, go for that submission, and he's going to go for the guillotine like Glover went on against Yuri Prohashka and fail that just like he did. Turman's going to make it a war in round number 3, but I think Andre Petroski wins the first 2, the wrestling and controlling a little bit of ground and pound, and Glover is just going to be like there, dang, he failed the submission just like I did at UFC 275, but it's a good fight, 50-50. Only bet is a slight little sprinkle on Turman submission or decision.
I like that. I can see that. Jenna said Cody with the fucking awesome jokes. Take that.
Cody's funny.
I'll take
Deal
that
with
too. You're just somebody you got to deal with. Good at betting. Betting on fights is like my 8th best talent, man. It's like my 8th best talent. Dev said he's doing a watch along tomorrow with Cell. Everybody go check that out tomorrow. If you want to hang out and watch these fights, man, check out Dev's channel. Definitely. Strickland's Burner, bro. Great name. I've seen you on here, but that's a great name. He said Alex KO's Jizzy. He's in his head 100%. With the apples and bananas. Yeah, they're going back and forth with that. Dusan said Petroski for the win. Okay. All right. Dev said Andre round 1 sub. That's how to if he does 2 in a row over jiu-jitsu guys, then I'll be definitely impressed. But if we're gonna be honest, I've only ever seen Petroski get choked out. You know what I mean? I've never seen Wellington get choked out yet.
Yeah, I don't think Turman's been submitted.
No, but I watched Brian Battle, who's not a jiu-jitsu guy, ninja choke Petroski. So
he just
there's that.
With him.
There's that. Let's see. SK Turman upset. Was thinking of doing a South American parlay. Hey, that might work. That might work. Strickland Burner, Death, he screwed Alex, way better kickboxer. Nobody talking about Alex only being 5 years into kickboxing when they fought, right? Yeah, he's a freaking Amazon warrior, dude. Final face, potato face painting is on point. Yeah, Alex looks scary today, dude. Potato. What's that mean? What's Potato mean? I know it's Pereira's nickname, but what's it actually mean? Thoughts on that?
Sure.
Thoughts on the MMA guru, a fellow Jew content creator on YouTube. Which one is that? Because there's two, right? There's one in New Zealand, and then there's the other one. I like them both. I think they both are good, man, to be honest. I like the one. I mean, the one's got a ton of personality. They got the same name, though, right? Am I wrong? Tripping.
I usually prediction guru who used to do shows with like Clint and Free. Then there's the MMA guru who's the one that's across the pond.
Does the prediction guru still do shows? Yeah. I used to think he had pretty good shows. I used to watch him a while back in the day.
Yeah, he still does a weekly breakdown. I don't see him doing anything with anybody else, but he used to do panels back on the old odds.com.
Yeah. I used to like watching them. Honestly, I have both in my DraftKings. Jenna said for Petroski Turman. Yeah, because there should be. I think there could be a finish. Let's see. Victor said Petroski by third round reversed Gogo Plata.
That'd be insane.
Tricky, but can be done. It's never zero. The odds are never zero. I seen a thing that said like you might what did it say? Something about you probably will never get killed by a baby goat, but the odds are never zero or something. To pan down this little baby goat's looking at this dude like I'm gonna fuck you up. Let's see. We got Jenna Edwin. Effie said, can't tell if Andre is a fraud or not. Nice Maximov win, but Gilmore's a bum, and he lost a round to Gilmore. Have you guys ever seen Gilmore fight? Michael Gilmore? You guys know that dude?
He's the best.
I blocked it out. I don't even remember that guy.
He's going to make this comeback. He's going to knock out Israel Adesanya 2029. It's going to
be good. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Everybody's on the City Kickboxing parlay, dude.
Let's go.
Yep. So, man, I got the 2 units on Wellington Turman to win 3.5, and I don't know, man. I really like that, guys. Before we get into this next fight, we're going to do another giveaway real quick, everybody. So everybody get ready for this. This one is for 3 rookie cards. You have a nice Ciro Gane Prism rookie.
There you go.
Ciro Gane's the man, dude. He's going to be the heavyweight champion for a long time. And if you don't know, tell me if you ever – and here's one more thing. This might be a conspiracy, but have you ever seen Ciro Gane and Patrick in the same room at the same time?
Same person.
I never have. Second one is going to be another, because like I said, I bought a bunch of these because I love Umar Nurmagomedov, and these cards are going to be worth a lot of money in the future. You get the second one's an Umar Nurmagomedov rookie, and the third one, she's coming back, and this girl has a chance to be a champion too. A nice green refractor of Casey O'Neill Prism rookie. And I like these undefeated rookies, or these undefeated people that could be worth a lot of money. So everybody, get your fingers ready. We got 48 people in here. Everybody gets a chance to win this. All right. I'm going to have you name. I want to know the name. I know we got this anti-city kickboxing parlay, but name me the 4 fighters that are from New York on this card.
I need
the 4 New York fighters on this card.
That's about it.
This one ain't so easy. I mean, this one ain't so easy.
I don't even know it.
You're going to have to do some. Let's see. Umar for sure, future champ. Effie's right. Effie is right.
Yeah, Umar is going to be champion.
What we got, man? I ain't seen no comments.
Oh, they're looking, because I'm looking.
I knew this one was going to be hard. This is nice. And it's for 3 good rookie cards. You got.
I can't even think about this.
40.
I know one loosely.
Everybody's been thinking of the old, like I said, everybody's been thinking of the city kickboxing guys, but we're in New York City, and we got 4 New York City fighters on here. I got to get them all. Edwin, you're doing the reverse New York City. You got Ulberg, Izzy, and Riddell. That's the city kickboxing one. I need to.
That's the farthest away from New York City out of all of them.
4 fighters that reside in New York City. Edgar, Gutierrez, Blanchfield, and Ulberg. Nope. Edwin. Where's Edwin? Dan. No, them are the city kickboxing guys, Edwin. You got to do the 41. Frank, I'll give you this. Frankie Edgar's one.
That's the only one I knew right off the top of my head.
There's 4 of them, guys. It's pretty easy. Edgar and Blanchfield are from New Jersey. Yeah, I think they fight out of New York, though, right? I thought, all right, well, there's two of them. I counted them two. It said on Tapology out of New York.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess. Let's see. Nobody? So I'll give you Edgar and Blanchfield. I count them in two as out of New York that like lived or was born like by New York and fight out in New York. Because like Renzo Gracie and stuff where Edgar trains is out of New York.
So you're just counting guys that are like
no on Tapology it said that
like New York,
like Frankie's fighting out of New York
or born.
Yeah, you guys, all right, here, all right. All right. Actually, right there. I'm gonna take that one. God, Bunny Hunter got it, but it's I kind of messed it up then.
You son of a you cheating son of a the house always wins. The house always wins. If this ain't a fucking sports book.
Jesus.
Blood money.
All right, here, look. Here, I'm doing it easier. I got a new one because this one.
Scrap it.
All right, here, who's got the most wins on this card? It's got a lot of veterans on it. Who's got the most wins on their professional record on this card?
That's a good one.
The other question I had Edgar, Blanchfield, Frevola, and Arce. But then I think I missed Trizano.
That sneaky little guy. I didn't know it was him. I thought it was
there.
somebody else.
Who put up Poirier first?
I see. Ooh, there's a whole bunch of people coming in.
Bert MMA hit it.
Is that your burner?
Bert MMA too. Man, I mean, it's up for anybody. Yeah. Let's see. So Bert, you got it. You got it. Everybody's available for that. Everybody's available for that. Bert with the freaking fast fingers. He gets it. You got these three cards, Bert.
He's a supercomputer. He knows too much.
I know. It's all in his brain. But that was the other one. But yeah, I tried to make a tough one with the damn New York City.
Bert does MMA news on his channel. He needs to know these things.
That's the news channel.
Cody said, yeah, Jenna. All right, so I'll have another question. I'm gonna do a t-shirt giveaway here around 10.
You're gonna cheat on that one too? Are you gonna cheat on that one?
I don't know. I don't know. That guy try to make a tough one, man. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys.
Do the 4 fighters from New Zealand.
I'm going home. I'm taking my ball and going home. All right.
You're already home. What are you talking about?
I'm leaving it up. Man. All right. So yeah, man, Bert got that one. The next one will be for a t-shirt for our third one. This fight, we have Erin Blanchfield versus Molly McCann. I believe we're gonna start this one with Bert because Bert went last time. So yeah,
and Bert just won. So
Bert won. Yep. Start that card collection early, I guess.
Go.
All right.
Molly McCann, Erin Blanchfield. I'll do the bets at the end right here, but it's obvious the odds are kind of bad here for Molly McCann and Erin Blanchfield. There should be more. Maybe Erin minus 140, minus 150. Maybe give her a little bit more credit. Give her minus 200, but
yeah,
minus 500 on some of these bookies is disgusting, in my opinion. Molly McCann is one of the most powerful fighters in this flyweight division. Has one of the most powerful spinning back fists I've ever seen in the women's MMA. I mean, does she have the most spinning finishes in women's MMA history? It's a possibility, but Erin did not like the striking at all from JJ Aldrich in the last fight. She lost round number 1, was unable to get the takedowns. And if Molly is able to go out there and stuff these takedowns in round number 2, round number 3, I don't think she'll be able to round 1 because Erin is pretty good early on in that fight. So I think Erin gets a takedown round number 1, and it comes down to can Molly continue to rack up the big shots on the feet, the flashy spinning back fists and spinning elbows and things like that on the feet while defending the takedowns. And I don't think so, but I think there's a very good shot that could happen. So obviously an underdog better pass on the money line, but I think Erin wins round number 1, wins round number 2. And then we see Molly just go for broke in round number 3, just going crazy. Patty the Batty is going to be going, go Molly, go Molly. It's going to be insane in the arena. Erin's going to get rocked. She's going to be moving all over the place, attempting horrible time takedowns. And Molly going to be throwing ground and pound, going for a guillotine. I don't know what she's going to do. Round 3 is going to be insane. But I got Erin winning the first 2, losing the last. And betting wise on this, I got a lot of little sprinkles on this one. The first one, little sprinkle, quarter unit on Molly McCann at plus 350 on the money line. Obviously, that's going to have some good value, in my opinion. The second one is going to be not Erin Blanchfield inside the distance at minus 250. I'm fairly confident she's not going to get the finish on Molly McCann. If Tyler Santos is unable to, I don't think Blanchfield should be able to as well. And then there's two more I have. The second to last one is Molly McCann scorecards no action. It's crazy. Plus 250 for Molly McCann scorecards no action is insane value. And if there's not enough bets for this one, I'm going to add one more. Molly McCann plus 3.5 point spread at plus 170. I think she'll win at least one of the rounds right there.
Yeah.
And I have that as almost 2-1 odds on the betting odds. I think that's some good value. So I got a lot of stuff on here, mainly for Molly McCann, but should be a banger. I got Blanchfield by decision. A lot of my bets don't reflect that, but we'll see. Should be a good fight.
Excellent breakdown, man. I really like that. I really like that. Patrick, how do you see it going, man?
Yeah, this money line has gotten out of control. And since Bert mentioned it, I had no idea that you could get like plus 350, plus 360 on FanDuel on Molly McCann. That's insane. Like that's for all the experience she has. But she has lost to, anytime she steps up in like competition against a grappler, Jillian Robertson, Tyler Santos, even Laura Procopio. I mean, they all employed game plans that were her kryptonite. I think it happens again here. I do favor Erin Blanchfield, who's an absolute technician on the mat. Her wrestling is so good when she can cut the angle, get that takedown. But yeah, her striking is super green. And you're facing somebody with the aggression of Molly McCann, who's proven to have finishing power twice in a row in 2022. And even like you even look at the reach of Erin Blanchfield, like she's got the reach advantage. So did Luana Karolina. But I think by the time, the little midget arms of Molly McCann get in range, she's going to get her hips sucked in and taken down. So I do favor Blanchfield. Blanchfield probably by some sort of finish in this fight, maybe. But man, after getting burned from Miranda Maverick inside the distance at plus money last week, and that just didn't happen, I'm suffering from that loss a little bit. So I got no money on this fight, but I'm taking Erin Blanchfield to get a submission inside the distance here. It's just, man, the money line, you can't do anything with this money line at all. The value is all on Molly McCann. I just don't think she gets it done. She's used to jerking the curtain for Patty Pimblett on the main card, and he's not there this time. So the pressure's on her and her alone. I don't think she gets it done.
I agree.
Definitely, yeah, you're right. Definitely tougher competition, for sure this time than the last two opponents. Johnny, how do you see it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the lines, as both you guys said too. I'm staying away from the money line, far away. But I do like Blanchfield to win. If Blanchfield can't get her wrestling going or takedowns or BJJ, it's going to be a 50-50 fight, and I would probably favor Molly on the feet. And the JJ Aldridge fight, I keep going back to that. It's scary because Aldridge was the better striker and Molly's going to be the better striker. And if it doesn't get to the mat, then I don't know how you can feel comfortable with that minus 400 money line bet you got. So I'm staying away from that. The only thing that I did the over 1.5 to close out my super safe parlay. I think this does go over. I don't think there will be a finish unless it's later in the fight, maybe third round finish. But I think Erin's smart enough not to get knocked out by a spinning elbow. Let's put it that way. That's the only finish I can see here. So give me Blanchfield, and I'm not touching anything else. That's it.
What are the odds that she attempts a spinning elbow in this fight? What would you line that at? Like plus 100?
No, I do like minus 250.
Minus a lot. Yeah, she's won her last two with
and that's being generous.
Yeah.
She'll do it at least once in the first round. You'll see.
Yeah, she gets a Blanchfield backing up. Yeah, man. I'm with you guys. I didn't put any bets in on this fight. I'm worried too, man. I watched that JJ Aldridge fight a couple times. JJ Aldridge actually took her down in the first round. I know that Blanchfield got back up pretty quick, but she reversed her takedowns. And she was getting pieced up. She was losing that fight even into the second. She wasn't looking much better till she landed that big body kick, And I put Molly McCann's. I don't put her wrestling or anything above JJ Aldridge, but I think her striking's better. JJ Aldridge is good, solid, but McCann's more fast and furious, if you want to say. But she does have them short reach.
Or dangerous too.
Yeah, and it's like Patrick said. Molly's reach is so short, so she always has to come inside the box, and that's when these wrestlers grab her, and that's when they pull her up put her up against the cage, and her takedown defense is terrible, dude. She's getting taken down by Laura Procopio, like, pretty easily, and she actually retired after that fight. If you guys remember watching it, she put her gloves down and retired after she got beat there. But I love her as a person. I love her energy. She's a real fighter, all that stuff, but I just think that Blanchfield's going to be the more talented fighter. Grappling is going to be better. And but I couldn't bet it because I could see Molly McCann, if she can for some reason stop the takedown, she's going to take a little shine off this prospect because she's going to beat her up. And sometimes that's what happens to these young prospects, man. They come in and think they're going to roll over somebody, and then first round goes tough, and then Molly McCann's still there, ready to fight back. But I'm going Blanchfield. I'm going to say that she can land the takedowns. I don't know if she finishes Molly. Molly's been pretty durable as far as not getting finished, even though she gets taken down and controlled. So I'm going to go with Blanchfield by decision, but no bets, and I really don't feel that comfortable. But all of us took Blanchfield, right?
True. Do we put that in the parlay because we all do not like the money line?
Right. Yeah, right. It's like the value's on Molly, but man, it's
honestly though, if everyone's comfortable with this, if the money line for Erin is like 400, I think the over 1.5 rounds is minus 400
to go over.
It's the same.
Yeah, these girls are going to be going at it though. Both of them got finish ability. Stand both got finish, because that's really how Blanchfield finished.
They're both pretty tough. I don't think they're going to finish one another unless it's in a third round.
It's just you imagine all that energy for Molly McCann. Like her best chance is crashing into the pocket and looking for something big, right, to end the fight. So that'll open up the guillotine we just saw from JJ Aldridge potentially. It could open up anything. Mostly her getting taken down and smothered, but I think they're going to crash, and I think there's going to be chaos in this fight, especially early on.
Yeah, and it's weird because if you watch Erin Blanchfield, she's got really good kicks. Her body kicks are solid, strong. Mm-hmm. Her boxing's not that great. It's not bad. She's got power in her hands, but she kind of throws like a little. You can tell she's just better with her feet than her hands. But Molly McCann's gonna have way better boxing, in my opinion. Yeah. I don't know, but it's gonna be good. It's gonna.
I just see more of like a wet blanket fight here,
right? And that's that's what the bookies are thinking too. SK said Molly needs to avoid the takedown like the plague. Yeah, Papa Chuck Blanchfield is going to turn Molly into ground beef, squeeze like a smash burger. She looks like she looks like what she did against Miranda Maverick. Then it's definitely a possibility.
One thing we haven't talked about in that fight, just to go back a little bit, I want to get your guys' opinions on. We don't mention the cardio difference between these two. I mean, we've seen Erin Blanchfield wrestle for 3 rounds, blanket people, and look pretty good going to the end of the fight. What about Molly McCann's cardio? Do you guys notice anything that you noteworthy in that?
If she goes crazy in the first round, then she fades for sure. Okay. But if she is steady and throughout the round, she's okay. But I know in that the first UFC London when she
March.
Versus
Karolina. She went all out, and I mean, she was kind of gassed at on the seat, but she still got the knockout. But you could tell there was a big difference from round 1 energy and round 2 energy. Now if she does it again, that's what I'm kind of worried about if she does it. But I mean, I think she's going to be a little bit too worried about the takedown, so I think she's going to slow it down. So I think this is going to be more of a slower paced than usual.
Sure,
that's just me though. Yep. A lot of people in the crowd are anti-Molly, which is weird because at their weigh-ins and all that, everybody was cheering Molly, and in Blanchfield, like I said, from New York, and they was kind of booing her. So she must have a lot of fans.
She's a fan favorite, yeah,
from England. But yeah, man, everybody it seems like is on Molly. Let's see. I mean, on Erin. Edwin said Molly got the biggest meatballs in that division. Yeah. I just want to know what they said at the weigh-in. Yeah, they were talking crap. They was up there saying some stuff. What's up? Raw Torque said, "Word up, ladies." What's up, Raw Torque? Appreciate you joining us, man. Appreciate coming in hot. Pink Freud said, "Love Molly, bet her last 2, but I'm stoked on Blanchfield. So stoked." Yeah. I mean, she's the more well-rounded fighter, and she looks like a phenom. She's tough. That girl's mean too. She's got what it takes to be the champ in the future, because she's not only is she's tough. You can see when she gets hit, she wants to hit back. Very durable. Threw a beating on Sarah Alpar. I know that's not the biggest thing, but she threw a beating.
And she ragdolled Maverick for 3 rounds too.
Yeah, and what Patrick said is her cardio checks out for going
Mhm.
90 miles per hour the whole fight. She can do that the whole time. Molly Sub is minus 420 or is plus 420. You know, the thing about that is if you watch Molly McCann versus Laura Propicchio or whatever, she's a black belt. She's a black belt Propicio. And Molly McCain.
Pinocchio. It's Pinocchio.
Exactly. Prackniow had her in a fucking hard, like a deep ass armbar. Like Molly McCann almost armbarred that girl because I had a bet on Laura and I'm like, oh shit, no way, dude. And but so it could happen. They're both plus 420 on
No,
sub.
he messed them up.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, because Molly should be like
she's plus like 2,500.
That's what I was gonna. Yeah, but I mean, dude, she
first round Molly Sub. What's that?
Molly by KO plus. Oh yeah. I'm not even sure. Molly by sub though plus 1,200 or Molly by KO boost to plus 1,200. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Jenna, she's definitely crowd pleaser. Yep. I'm in college right now, but still watching the best show. No love.
Appreciate it. No love.
Yo, thank you. Getting that schooling in. That's what you need to do.
It's more important than college for sure.
Some things are. It's 281.
Coming from somebody with a degree,
281.
I should have just been watching fights and gambling the whole time. My degree is useless.
I know.
I'm right there with you. What's the point? Here we are, all doing the same damn thing.
And look at us now. Who would have thought?
Making $3. 281 feels big. It should be in New York City, but do you think it could live up to the hype of 280? It could exceed 280. I think 280 was better on paper, but this fight could exceed it. You know, this card, 280 wasn't the greatest.
One thing that could have made it better.
I mean, yeah,
Oliveira win.
You already know. Hey, all right, we got 57 people in here. Everybody, man, smash that like button for us. Everybody, if you can. I don't know why the names aren't up for all of us. Like my name, like Blood Money, all that stuff. But
you have the comment highlighted. There we go.
Yeah, but our name should be in front of us. I don't know why that's not up. I don't know.
No, it's true. I didn't notice that until you just said that.
I didn't.
Yeah.
That's okay. They should know us by now.
Yeah. So, but everybody addicted to combat. Bert MMA, Johnny K Picks. Everybody go subscribe to all their stuff. We got
Johnny.
We got 60 people here live right now. And we're gonna do another giveaway after this breakdown. After this next breakdown at 10, we'll do this giveaway for a t-shirt. So yeah, we are all on Blanchfield. Next fight's actually gonna be a banger, something to talk about, boys. We have Dominick Reyes, 12-3, currently sitting at minus 230 versus Ryan Spann, 20-7, currently sitting at plus 175. And Johnny, we're gonna let you start this one off.
All right. Well, I was a little hesitant picking Reyes in my prediction video, but after that weigh-in again, I am like pretty confident Reyes is going to get done here. I think he is going to be the better striker. He's going to be quicker. Supposedly he upgraded his defense. He's Dom 2.0 now, so we'll see what happens there. He's been off for about a year and a half after 2 brutal knockouts. Ryan Spann, though, he's got a good guillotine. He's explosive. He kind of is a little chinny, and his fight IQ isn't the greatest. So in some fights he looks amazing, and then some fights he just looks really bad. And I don't know what Spann you're gonna get. I can't trust that in a bet. So give me Reyes here, and I like the inside the distance. I like the under. I got the under 2.5 in a parlay, and yeah, the under 1.5 looks good too. And Reyes inside the distance. I like all of that. Like, this is a good fight, I think, to bet violence. I think there'll be violence 100% in this fight. And I say Reyes by knockout in the first round.
I like that. That's the way I'm leaning too. I'm taking Dominick Reyes by first round KO. I bet the under 1.5 big. I bet 3 units to win 3 units. I got it at plus 100. And it was like pretty easy when you look at it, just the way both these guys fight. But Ryan Spann has 20 wins. 17 of his 20 wins are finishes, and then 16 of them 20 wins are finishes in under 1.5 rounds. He's also been finished himself 5 times, and I believe of them 5 finishes, 4 of them he was finished in the first round himself. Under the 1.5 rounds. Dominick Reyes, 12 wins. 9 of his 12 wins were first round finishes. So this is like a perfect storm where both these dudes go hard. Dominick Reyes is going to be faster, hit a little harder. Ryan Spann can't take a punch. Like, I'm sorry, Ryan Spann can't take a punch. Every time he gets hit, he gets wobbled or gets hurt by a good fighter. Maybe not Sam Alvey, even though he did get hurt against Sam Alvey too. But Devin Clark, maybe someone like that. But like every time, like, he's fought Johnny Walker. They both were hurting each other, and I think that's how this fight's going to be. I think they're going to come out. And when Ryan Spann gets hurt, he just goes and takes stupid shots. Like he'll just grab your ankle, stand at the bottom of the fence, try to get you a takedown, but he ain't even trying. He's just sitting there, and then people elbow him to sleep. Carl Robertson elbowed him to sleep. Johnny Walker elbowed him to sleep in the same exact situation. And I just think that once Spann gets hit a couple times, he's going to do that, do some crazy shots. Dominick Reyes has pretty good takedown defense. He comes from a wrestling background. I think he can hit him with some elbows. But yeah, man, you seen what Anthony Smith did to Ryan Spann, right? Like he like little brother Ryan Spann. Like he beat him down in the first round in like 3 minutes. And I take Dominick Reyes. I think he hits harder and better than Anthony Smith does. So I'm going to take Reyes. I'm going to take him to get the first round finish. And like I said, I bet that under 1.5 at plus 100 at pretty good money. And all the signs point to that. You know what I mean? With both of these guys getting the first round finishes or getting finished. So what do you got, Bert?
Yeah, I would agree. I do also have Dominick Reyes getting the early KO. I think it's going to be a little bit later than what you said. I'm going to go second round KO for Dominick Reyes. Round one, I think there's going to be adversity like there always kind of is for Dominick Reyes. He's going to get hit a few times from Ryan Spann. Dominick Reyes is going to hit Ryan Spann with a few good shots. It's going to be a good round number one, a very, very exciting round number one. Round number two starts, that's where I think Ryan Spann's just really going to, I mean, he has the height, he has the reach early on in round number one. Round two, I think that's where Dominick Reyes is really going to find his range and find his way inside of Ryan Spann. And that's where he's going to use that speed, use that movement to get inside on Ryan Spann and catch him on the chin. So I do believe no matter what happens in this fight, whether it's an early Ryan Spann KO, knocking out the chinny Dominick Reyes, or Dominick knocking out the chinny Ryan Spann, they're both pretty chinny in my opinion. I think there's going to be a knockout in round one, round two, round three. It just seems like one of those type of fights. So I got Reyes round 2 KO. The only bet that I'm going to do is either fighter wins by KO TKO at minus 175. Because fight not to go to a decision is like minus 400, something I don't want to really touch. Rather do a fight ends by KO TKO at minus 175, but should be a barn burner, should be just a crazy back and forth war for as long as it does last. And I'm going to go the favorite here, Dominick Reyes by TKO.
I like that, man. I like that bet too with both of them because both these guys have finish abilities too, you know. So excellent points. Patrick, what you got, brother?
I like all of the props of like the time props going under 1.5. Great bet. I like that one. All of the stats point to that. You know, the Ryan Spann, like you said, not the best durability. Dominick Reyes, known to get the job done early, as is Ryan Spann. I got to say here, with the money line's at, though, I can't side with Dominick Reyes in this one. I cannot. You know, the guy has lost 3 in a row. And now you can forgive each of those individual losses, right? Yuri Prochazka, current champion. Jan Blachowicz, you know, former champion. John Jones, greatest of all time. But you go back even further than that. Like the last win Reyes has was early 2019 against Chris Weidman, who was washed up and went up a weight class. Before that, a split decision over Volkan Ozdemir. It's like you go back a lot. And I really feel like Dominick Reyes, who comes from a football background, very good athlete and a good frame for this weight class. I feel like he just might have just overperformed, you know, against John Jones. And now we're still getting that residual value, you know, where he's at in the money line. So I got to go with Ryan Spann on this one. Like, don't get me wrong. Reyes is the much better mixed martial artist, much better. But after this long layoff since May of 2021, getting knocked out twice now, God damn, like I got to take Ryan Spann, and I think it's even by submission. You know, Ryan Spann has got 12 submissions, probably a club and sub type of situation here. But either way, I don't see this fight going to the scorecard. So I know the guy whose wife left him in the comments earlier was looking for a lock. I like that minus 325. Fight does not go to decision.
Yeah,
I like that bet. I like the under 1.5. I like. I even like Bert's, where he's got both guys could fail in the spot and he still gets his bet. So anything where you're just fading, you know, one guy here. You know, just do the time props. Don't even pick a side. But minus 220 for Dominick Reyes. I mean, come on now. That's just – there's going to be a fighter in the main card that we talk about that has had a lot of losses in his past, but he's got a good money line, and I like that. This one, minus 220, no way.
Right. Yeah, especially like you said on 3 fights in a row. He said, yeah, man, like the guy that
you can forgive each individual loss, but all together now, like I can't forgive that.
Yeah, right. like you said, violence, any violence bet, this is the fight to do it. The unders, all the unders or the KO like Bert did, all great bets.
Yeah, if you go look at Ryan Spann's record, dude, like they're all in the first round. Like they're all in they're all in the first round. And maybe he could get the takedown and get the sub too, but he could also hurt Reyes because, like, Patrick said, 2 knockouts in a row, bad knockouts.
Ryan Spann never paces himself, which is great for a violent spot here. Like he'll circle and maybe feint his way in range for like a minute, and he'll just risk it all to close the distance. So he's either going to win or he's going to lose. We'll see how fast. We'll see how fast Dominick Reyes comes in here. If he's got any sort of ring rust, I think he's screwed here.
Right. It did. That last fight with Anthony Smith was a terrible look. Dude, like Anthony Smith little brothered him, dude, and was like, fuck you afterwards, talking all that shit and stuff. So it was I'm more on the Dominick Reyes side now that there's a weight miss on Ryan Spann's part, but still for minus 220 on the money line, I can't even consider that. Yep. We got man. So Patrick's the only one. He got the hot take with Ryan Spann. I like it. Got to have the balls to make a stand somewhere, and he could definitely win, make a span somewhere. So, Spann missed weight, quick KO by Reyes. Agent 211 said, "Appreciate you coming out tonight, Agent 211," and that's definitely a possibility. SK said Spann missed weight. What the fuck? Dude needs to get smoked, and he probably will.
Someone's getting smoked.
Yeah, protect your nose, Dom. I know his nose. Who was I watching where his nose got broke right away? I don't think it was.
Was it Yuri?
I think it was. I think it was Yuri.
Was it Yuri? Was that the fight? Yeah, and it was like within like the first 1 minute, his nose was messed up. But that fight was a savage fight, man. Worried Reyes comes in defensive to start and can't pull the trigger on under 1.5. I get that. That's how I kind of felt about the Ottman Frevola. Like, man, maybe he wrestles. So I guess Reyes versus Spann going the distance would be nice plus money odds. Yeah, if that goes bro, they've had like what 27 plus 15, 42 fights, and I think like maybe like 6 out of them 42 fights have gone to decision between them both. I don't even know if it's that many because even in their losses,
I think it's 9 out of 42 is what I got here.
Is it? Yeah. Because Spann's been finished. So 22. So basically 22 of Spann's 27 fights haven't. Well, yeah. So yeah. But
in the UFC, they went to decision 5 times combined, whether they won or lost.
And that's with Reyes, really. It's know what I mean?
Most of it's Reyes.
Yeah. Raw Torque said I like 1 and 2 KO props. Yeah, I like that. Prince of Mischief says for a self-trained guy, it's impressive Dom got this far. Unofficially beat John Jones. He did. He beat Thiago. I scored the fight for Thiago Santos too over Jones. To be perfectly honest, I thought they both clearly won 3 rounds. Victor, our COD streamer, what is up? He said I will parlay Poirier, Wele by finish and Israel. Yeah, I can't hate that. Victor said, I have Reyes winning inside 2 rounds, but I also took a stab at Spann by submission. He does have a lot of submissions. He does have a tight guillotine. Seen Ion Kutalaba felt that. Prince of Mischief, Costa Rockhold was supposed to go under, and that ruined my day. Yeah.
I had the over on that.
Did you?
I had Costa decision in my parlay.
Nice. Yeah. Nobody expected that, dude. I had the fucking Glover Yuri fight doesn't go to decision. Played it safe, dude. And I gave up on it. I was talking to my girlfriend, gave up on it. It was like walking in the bedroom, and then with 40 seconds left, Yuri just fucking basically bowled out
because of a failed guillotine.
Yeah. Only thing that worries me is that Spann is very tricky with his guillotine, but Reyes should mop the floor with him, even with those brutal back-to-back KOs. Yeah, I think Reyes is better, like a lot better than Spann. But
I think so too.
You never know, man. Like Patrick said, 3 losses in a row, bad losses.
Very true.
Kind of went Spann to win, but 0 confidence. CJ said, what are you guys feeling? Are you feeling kind of
dicey?
Yeah, I think
dicey.
Bet the under.
Dicey, saucy? Who knows?
Saucy.
Either way.
I'm feeling kind of saucy
under
tonight.
Feeling
Friday
both
night.
of them. I'm feeling
under
dicey,
1.5
saucy.
is good though.
Yeah,
under 1.5, under 2.5 depends on what you want to do.
Under 2.5 is good, but if you look at the stats, these boys go under. This is the first round for both of them. Like that, Dominick Cruz 9 first round finishes. Spann, like 16 basically first round finishes. I think 15 and then 1 before the 1.5 minute mark.
Lightweight division is known for finishes too. So
yeah,
I'll do the Yanni the Greek right there. I don't know the percentage though.
I don't know who's fighting, but I know it's supposed to go over. If Spann is playing possum, it's the very, very best game I've ever witnessed. I think he is just a possum. The bath towel firing squad was cringe for Spann. Yeah. I want Reyes to get him. Spann coming in a half-pound overweight. I don't know. I don't like anything about him. Next fight, Renato Moicano versus Brad Riddell. And we're going to start this with Bert. What you got, Bert?
Yeah, this is a really, really fun fight, in my opinion. When I first saw it, I was like, there's a very, very good shot. This is going to be an under 2.5 round type of fight with Renato getting rocked pretty badly against Rafael Fiziev, taking as much damage as he did. In the fight with Rafael dos Anjos, I was like, maybe Brad Riddell could be able to catch him on the feet with something big, maybe a head kick, like he was able to catch Drew Dober with a little bit in their fight. And there's also that possibility that Brad Riddell just gets taken down, not really like he did with Jalen Turner, because he was the one actually attempting the takedown in there. But there's a good shot, like a lot of Renato Moicano's fight, that he could just find his way to the back of his opponent and cinch in that rear naked choke submission. But the more that I think about it, I think Brad Riddell's takedown defense should be able to hold up and make this kind of similar to the RDA fight, where Renato is going to be coming forward, searching for those takedowns, finding a way to try to get the fight to the ground and get that rear naked choke submission, just a finish in general on the ground. I don't think he's going to be successful with that. I think it's going to be a 3-round striking fight with Brad Riddell defending a lot of takedowns of Renato Moicano. He hits harder, not as tall, not as lengthy, but he's a lot faster. He hits harder. And I think the judges will give him the win, 29-28. Maybe there'll be a round where Renato can get the Aljamain Sterling backpack going. But overall, I think Brad Riddell should outstrike him on the feet. And Renato, I don't know. I don't know about the chin. I could see an early finish here from Brad Riddell, but I think it goes all the way. Riddell decision, and that is a bet I'm doing on this fight as well. On Brad Riddell to win the fight by a decision. Pretty decent value at plus 330. That's about it. Riddell decision.
Okay. Definitely a good pick. I mean, makes sense with the stats. Patrick, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, I take bits and I agree with everything Bert just said. He broke it down very well. I do side more of one thing he said, which is that Aljamain Sterling back take type of scenario. I mean, a slick back take from Moicano, who has serviceable striking for sure. And Brad Riddell being the kickboxer in this one, I mean, like, he doesn't have like the most knockout power, and all of the Moicano losses in the UFC have been against really big power punchers type of guys, right? Like the Korean Zombie. We're talking. Who else has he lost to? I know Fiziev. Aldo Fiziev, you know what I mean? So, and then he just took a shit kicking from RDA. He just took a shit kicking from RDA over 5 rounds and looked pretty durable, like savagely durable on a few days' notice. So I expect this to probably go the distance unless Moicano subs him. I'm going to lead with the Moicano side. I think he's got more tools in this fight. Brad Riddell might be the guy from CKP who's, kind of sad on the plane ride back home. It's a close fight, and hence the money line, right? But I'm taking Moicano. I think he's got just the amount of, and now he's going for takedowns and things like that. I think he does get this to the mat and control most of the fight, either edge out a decision or get that submission. Again, Brad Riddell, I'd want to see more, powerful striking from him. And he's got a lot of fight miles, more than you would expect for being in the UFC. He had a decade-long kickboxing career as well, coming into the UFC, coming into mixed martial arts. So give me Moicano. I think he's got more future in this division.
I like that. A good breakdown.
No bet on this fight for me, though.
Okay, no bets. And then so far, Bert's got Riddell by decision. Patrick likes Moicano. No bets. Johnny, what do you see?
I'm gonna go with Moicano here, and I might be on an island. I'm strangely confident he's gonna win. Like I like the value here. I know he's a slight favorite, and I like that a lot. I think it's set right. And he's more well-rounded. He's got the jiu-jitsu. I think his wrestling is better. His takedowns are pretty good. It's at like 48%, 43%, somewhere around there in the 40s. And Riddell's takedown defense is only like 62%. So he gets taken down. On the feet, it's pretty close. Maybe give a slight edge to Riddell, but Moicano's striking is pretty decent, and they're both very hittable too. So this is kind of a weird fight. I like Moicano. I think he just has more tools in his, toolbox here. He can get the grappling going, and I don't think Riddell has any answers for that if he can get that going. Now, if it's on the feet, it's going to be very close, probably a 50-50 fight. We'll see what happens with the judges. I said Moicano's going to win by a second round submission, probably rear naked choke. That's the way Moicano likes to do it.
Yep.
And I can see Riddell, being on that plane ride with a few other people as well, being sad. So give me Moicano here by sub.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I'm with you and Patrick. I really think that Moicano is the better fighter here. I think he's the bigger fighter. Riddell's fought some other people. He showed like he gets taken down like in every fight that he fights. Basically, I don't even know if Drew Dober did, but he might have. But he pretty much gets taken down. But them people he's fighting like Mustayev and them guys, they're not like BJJ experts. They can't really hold him down. And then he keeps getting up, and then they kind of gas themselves out. But if you watch like Moicano fight Jay Herbert, even Alexander Hernandez, just any of his fights that he actually uses his grappling, dude, he's really good. And he's a big dude. I had bet Alexander Hernandez against Moicano. Like I bet Hernandez. And then when they did the face-offs and got in the ring, I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, how is Moicano that much bigger than Hernandez? And he could absorb Hernandez's shot and then hit him back harder. That's why he got the club and sub in the second round. He didn't just take him down and choke him out. He hurt Hernandez, dropped him, got on him, choked him out, dude. And he's got way more ways to win this fight. He's bigger. I think he's going to have a huge wrestling advantage where he's going to be bigger and he's going to be able to go out there and get them body lock takedowns on Riddell, get it, sink in the hooks, take the back, can burn a whole round that way and get a submission. Because like I said, the other people like Malarkey and these other people Riddell's beating, they're not like jiu-jitsu black belts. They might be able to get a takedown, but they ain't holding nobody down. Moicano can hold you down for the whole rounds. And his grappling cardio holds up really good, and I don't think there's that much of a difference in the striking. If you watch Moicano fight Calvin Kattar, you know what I mean? Stand-up fight, and he outstruck him. He was outstriking Ortega in a very technical stand-up fight until he ended up getting caught and choked out in the third round. But like, I don't think that, like, it's not like a grappler versus striker here because Moicano does both. So Moicano's striking is just as good. And he might even have more power than Riddell. He might be able to just club and sub Riddell like Jalen Turner did. Like
that chin's a little chinny.
And Moicano throws nice straight punches. And like I said, as long as he comes out here with the right game plan, he doesn't come out here like he did against Fiziev and just try to strike. He dropped Fiziev too. If you remember that, Moicano dropped him before he got finished. But if he would have just tried to grapple, it could have been a whole different ball game. But I got Moicano. I just think he's the bigger, better, more well-rounded fighter. And I think Riddell is just going to have to like get a lucky, like greasy decision. But I think Moicano could come out here and dominate the whole fight or get a club and sub. You know what I mean? So I got 2.5 units to win too on Moicano. I thought minus 125 was fair price. I don't know if I like the under. I don't know because the only person I see getting the finish is Moicano, and I see the over-unders like it's favoring the under. But I don't see Riddell finishing Moicano, and then I'm not sure if Moicano finishes Riddell if it ain't a club and sub. I'm not sure if he just takes him down and fully finishes him. So
true.
Yeah, that's what I got on that. Let's see where the thing is. So who was it? It's us three. So Bert was the you're the one on Riddell, man. The City Kickboxing.
The lone wolf.
So yeah. Let's see what the crowd says. What the people in the chat. Raw Torque said greasy decision, possibly split. Victor said cash in tomorrow. Carlos said I like Brad Riddell here. Good close fight. Jenna, I got more money on these fights than ever before. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's get rich.
I'm looking to add too, so.
Let's do it. Yep. I increased my bets a little bit since I've been winning all these weeks in a row, increased the bankroll, starting to increase bets. So I got a lot on these two. So we're all going to cash big. If we're all in here, you got great minds in here on the chat and talking. So we're going to come up with some good stuff. MPTV, what's up? He said Moicano is an expensive man's Chase Hooper. No, He can strike, dude. Moicano got
like that.
Dang.
Hey, but if it's expensive, maybe it's higher in quality. I mean,
Chase Hooper's a poor man's Ryan Hall. It's terrible. Dollar store Ryan Hall, bro. And I like Chase Hooper. I like Chase Hooper actually. But
Chase Hooper's like a poor man's Ben Askren.
Yeah,
by looks alone.
And striking. He's
like a fake Gucci Ben Askren.
Chef Mike, he said, Cody, yes, give me Blanchfield, give me the decision, and no bets for me. He said, that's pretty telling. Secret wager on meatballs. Sometimes you got to do them secret wagers, man. Sometimes you got to do it. Take it. You win.
Not confident, but something's telling you to do it, and you're not going to say anything.
Exactly. Riddell gonna be listening to Hello Darkness, my old friend, on the plane. He is him and
all three of the other ones.
I don't know about it. Dusan Moicano will fight for your money until the last second. 100% heart. Yep, I like that. Raw Torque, would Riddell beat RDA? Hell no. That's what I was going to say actually earlier when we were talking. No, RDA is a different level of savage, dude. He's got this probably better striking.
It would look exactly the same, if not worse.
And he's got way worse wrestling and all that. Era 104, the fight is tomorrow afternoon. We're getting close though. We're getting close. Didn't like Moicano against RDA. Looked terrible. Yeah.
Moicano was on short notice.
It was like 2 weeks short notice, and he's fighting one of the toughest dudes on this earth, dude. RDA ain't no joke, man. Unless you're Colby Covington or Kamaru, the dudes that could just out wrestle him back, he's gonna be tough. Jenna said, yeah. My boy BCS Express is in the house. He said, hello all, BCS? Just got home. Quick point about city kickboxing. He said Adesanya is housing the other 3 city kickboxing boxers at a mansion in Saddle River, New Jersey. That's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know why you would go so far away. And he's right there. He's like 30 minutes from where everybody's staying. He's been up there meeting the fighters and stuff, and he really knows his bets. Always makes the smartest bets. So yeah, I wonder why they're renting out a mansion up there. I mean, I guess you got 4 people.
Must be a high class part of New Jersey. I don't know New Jersey, so
yeah. How many?
But fighters? I can see it. Izzy's freaking loaded, dude.
Yeah, he should be. He should be one of the best fighters ever. But what's the Cappers 2-team parlay right now? And I'll go place it.
Well, we got 4 that we all agree on right now.
Yeah, I don't have any parlays on this card. I haven't parlayed anything. I didn't think there was 2. Dude, I didn't think none of these favorites deserved it. Izzy don't deserve to be minus like 250.
I got a few two fighter or 2 leg parlays. My favorite hasn't come up yet, though. I don't want to give it out yet. So
I didn't bet on that main event, but man, I don't see how you don't take Pereira at like plus 180, plus no. If it gets to that at some point, it's like it doesn't.
I know I'm itching.
Yeah.
I know I might lose or probably will lose, but I mean, you got to throw a stab at that.
Yeah. All right, let's get on to this next fight. We got Dan Hooker versus Claudio Puelles. Patrick, I'll let you start this one.
Yeah, another money line bet that I have on Dan Hooker. The money line has been swinging around from, like the minus 200 price tag all the way down to like the minus 130 range. So I got it at minus 144. Actually, my guy Brady from DFS by the Numbers really convinced me and talked me onto it when we were doing our stream on my channel on Tuesday. Like the money line started to dip down into that number. So I got minus 144. I got 2 units on it. And man, this is a spot where we talked about Dominick Reyes having a bunch of consecutive losses, but having a very high money line that I don't agree with. This is a spot in Dan Hooker where the money line is low, and it allows for me to bet on it because he has had losses, 4 of his last 5, against some of the best guys, Chandler, Poirier, Islam Makhachev, of course, the current champion. And who's the one before that I'm missing now? I know there's one other.
Arnold Allen.
Yeah, Arnold Allen most recently in that botched weight cut to featherweight. Mm-hmm. So I think Dan Hooker is just night and day, just difference in the striking, way better striking. He's going to keep it on the feet, and I don't think he's a slouch in the grappling in the way where he's going to get taken down and submitted the way that Chris Grutzmacher and Clay Guida found themselves knee barred. So, if this does hit the mat very early, I think Claudio Puelles wins this fight. But if this goes late, I think Dan Hooker's racking up points, and I think Hooker can get him out of there, by knockout. So it's just a big step up in competition for Puelles. I like Dan Hooker's size and just every kickboxing advantage in the book here. He's a purple belt in BJJ. He's faced the higher level of competition over 5 rounds as well, so his cardio should check out here. Dan Hooker on the money line. Give me that.
I like it. Johnny, what do you got?
All right, guys. I'm on an island. I'm probably one of the only 3 people that picked Puelles to win. So I'm picking Puelles here. I like what I'm seeing from him. He's on the come up. Hooker is on the come down. I know he's fought really good competition when he lost all those fights, but I just think Puelles can survive on the feet. I know Hooker's going to have the massive striking advantage, but on the ground, obviously Puelles is going to have the advantage. And I think he's going to be able to get it to the ground eventually. It's going to be some weird kind of like scramble or some leg lock thing that he can just get him down or something. Just so he and once that happens, I think it's gonna be over after that. Maybe first round, early second, But as Patrick said, if this does get later in the fight, it's probably going to go Hooker's way. I don't think there's going to be a knockout or anything like that from on the Hooker side. I think he'll win by decision, but I'm going to roll the dice here with Puelles. I like just where he's going with his momentum right now. I know he hasn't fought the greatest of fighters, but he's looking good when he's beating him. So yeah, give me Puelles here. And I have no bets on this fight. I don't like any side for anything here. I'm just going to stay away.
Johnny, is it by knee bar? Is he going to win by knee bar again or something else?
I hope so. It's a knee bar. How do you defend a knee bar and game plan for a knee bar? So yeah, why not? It'd be his 4th one in the UFC, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The funny thing about that on Twitter, I just seen a dude post a video and it said the last time that somebody tried a knee bar on Dan Hooker, and I don't know which fighter it was. It had to be a while ago, but the dude put Dan Hooker in a knee bar and Dan Hooker just started elbowing the shit out of the dude. And then the dude eventually just covered up and Dan Hooker stopped him with elbows from the knee bar position. I was like, holy shit, dude. Because he's so long, man. Dan Hooker is a long.
Puelles is pretty like close to his size. I mean, they're both pretty close.
I was shocked, but I think Hooker's got a 3.5-inch reach, and he's got them long arms. But yeah, man, I took Dan Hooker, and I'm taking Dan Hooker by TKO, but I'm not that confident in it because even his win over Nasrat, man, Nasrat Haqparast, he had to wrestle him. He was kind of you know what I mean? He was because I had a bet on him, and it looked decent, but I don't know, man. He just hasn't looked like the Dan Hooker of old. After that Dustin Poirier war, dude, just, you know, I don't know if he's getting older. You know, he's took that damage, what it is. But I'm going to take Dan Hooker because he's fought the way better experienced people, and you just don't really accept Islam, who's going to do that to most people. You don't see people just taking Hooker down and choking him out. And I think the stand-up is going to be way different. You know, Dan Hooker is going to be way better in the stand-up. Really, Claudio Puelles, I like what he's got, what he does. He doesn't throw much shit, but what he does, he throws a really fast left head kick, and then he throws a straight left right behind it. Like he hit Chris Grutzmacher with that a couple times, but other than that, he doesn't have the best stand-up. But yeah, I'm staying far away from this bet. I'm going to take Dan Hooker just based off what I've seen. I've seen more to say that I think he can get this victory, but I'm not confident at all. Bert, what you got, man?
Yeah, I was originally going with Johnny K picks. Prediction on this one with Claudio Puelles to get an early submission or just use the wrestling control on Dan Hooker a little bit of ground and pound, use the submissions to hold on the ground and win a close decision or something like that. But more and more that I look at this fight, the more and more I'm like, dude, Dan Hooker should easily go out there and win this fight. I rewatched the Claudio Puelles Jordan Levitt round number 1, and I know we did good in round number 2 and in round number 3, getting the takedowns and just controlling Levitt. But I rewatched round number 1, and they were on the feet for quite a while in that round. Claudio Puelles landed 0 strikes to the head, and he got outlanded by Jordan Levitt 4-1 in significant strikes in the stand-up by Jordan Levitt. Jordan Levitt's pretty garbage on the feet, if you ask me, in my opinion. Dan Hooker on the feet is going to come forward and absolutely destroy Claudio Puelles here, in my opinion. I think Claudio, if he gets hurt on the feet, he obviously is just going to roll, maybe give his guard up like a Charles Oliveira in some way that Charles Oliveira does, and just pull a knee bar out of nowhere. But I think Dan Hooker should be going out there just pressuring forward on Claudio. Every time Claudio gets hurt, he's going to pull guard, and Dan's going to wait for him to get back up. That's the only reason I have it going to decisions, just with this huge submission threat of Claudio Puelles. So I was originally on Claudio to win, then I had Dan Hooker by knockout. Thinking about this submission threat, I think the fight will go all the way, and I think Dan Hooker gets the win by a unanimous decision. I'm going to go every single round here. I think Dan is going to punish him every round on the feet. Claudio is going to pull that guard pretty much every single round, look to roll and scramble, but I don't think he's going to have the success. So I'll go Dan Hooker with a pretty dominant unanimous decision.
I like that.
Again, just talking like money lines, like, because we're talking betting here. So would I be confident in Dan Hooker at -220, like a Dominick Reyes money line? Absolutely not. You know, with all the losses, he's had 4 out of his last 5. But you're going to give me the dip down money line down at -130, -140, where I got it. Like now I can take a stab at that with the experience advantage and the striking advantage. But if this went up, I would not be confident at like -225 or something crazy.
I mean, I'm on Puelles.
Solely a mathematics for me.
Yeah, right. And I'm on Puelles, and I don't even like the line that he has, like plus 125, 130.
You
I'd
want
rather
higher.
just do. I want to higher. I would rather do just Puelles by sub. I think that's the only way he wins. I don't think he wins a decision. I'll be honest.
Take him inside the distance, right? If you're on the playlist, take him
there's
inside
just
the
no
distance.
way. I don't think he wins a decision. I think it's
and in fact, even just like a day or two ago, it was at like plus 400 for Puelles by sub on like common books.
So everyone's on the same page, you know.
So that's oddly mispriced because the Puelles submission is like his money line basically. You take plus 400 on that. You could take that as a hedge for the a bet on Dan Hooker, right?
Yeah, because Puelles ain't winning a decision, dude. Over Dan.
Like I don't think so.
Very unlikely.
Yeah, and we're gonna go through the comments real quick. Then we're gonna do my T-shirt giveaway. I only got extra large and large shirts, so it'd have to be one of them. But I'm almost through them, so I'm gonna have a new order of some more better made ones done. Excuse me. I don't know where to go. Which fight are you least likely to place a bet on? Bert, who do you got for that one?
Which fight I'm least likely to place a bet on? It would have to be. What fight would that be?
Right, that's a good question. It's a real good question.
I know I don't.
Bets on every single fight, so I don't know.
Bert's like, I got 2 bets on every fight.
I don't have a bet on this
20 prop bets on this card, so I don't know.
Okay.
I got
more than next.
Patrick.
Probably Carla Esparza, Zhang Weili, honestly.
Or
the Reyes Spann fight. That might be maybe the number.
I love that one too.
But the under.
Mine.
I understand. The under is good. It's just an unpredictable fight. Like as far as 2 guys where it's like who knows what the fuck they're gonna look like on Saturday. That's probably the fight right there.
I think the most sketchy fight on this whole card, on every over under everything, one of the most sketchy fights on this whole card is Ottman, Azaitar, and Matt Frevola. Because like who really knows what's gonna happen in that? Because like everybody thinks it's gonna be this slugfest, and who knows? Like Matt Frevola hits hard. I think that's why I wanted to bet the under real big, and then I'm like, I talked myself out of it, and I couldn't bet Ottman because I talked myself but
there's one fight coming up here that I'm along with this one that we just talked about, Hooker and Puelles. There's one fight coming up. I
it's the people
either.
I
won't say it.
Yeah,
it's probably coming up next.
My boy BCS Express said Saddle River is the equivalent of Beverly Hills. That's where Izzy and them are staying. They should be staying in grimy New York City, getting tough, running the streets, bumping elbows with bums. You got to do all that stuff. That's part of New York City. But yeah, man. So he's living the rich life, I guess. I don't know where to go. Said I live in North Jersey. Saddle River is bumfuck. Not gonna lie, I haven't heard of that town in years. Yeah, that's where Izzy and them's at. Prince of Mischief, don't say that, Johnny. My bankroll depends on Hooker and Jizzy.
Anti-city kickboxing.
Yeah. Carlos said, I like Pereira and Poirier. Let's see. Raw Torque said Hooker money line. I like that. Mikey said Claudio for the W. So Johnny's got, and
we got Chef four people. Let's go.
Chef Mikey's good at picking dogs too. Jenna said I have Puelles on one lineup. The one and only. Don't worry, Johnny. I'm on an island with you.
We got 5.
There we go.
Going.
There we go. We're Carlo. Yeah, man. And the line's going back up a little bit, or am I crazy? Or is Hooker back to like minus 160 right now?
No, it's like 140 now, 145. Okay.
And Puelles did look a little bigger than I thought he was going to look.
Yeah, he's not. I mean, he's not as big as Hooker, but he's not like if you want to say like a, I can't think of a short fighter. He's not that short. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. The family dude said, "What's up, Bert?"
Family dude.
Yep, the family dude. I like that. That's a good name.
Love
it. The family dude also said, or Jenna said, I have Hooker in a couple lineups. The family dude said, I think Hooker's pressure will overwhelm.
Awesome. Yeah, it could happen.
Carlos Azaitar, Choi, and Juarez. SK, UFC knows Dan Hooker is trash. He went from fighting the best of the featherweight and lightweight division to unranked opponents. Still have Claudio subbing him. If he pulls off at knee bar, I'll be freaking shocked. But he could, and because he's good at it. But
if your book can do type of submission bets, knee bar it is.
Yeah, Papa Chuck said Hooker is the lock of the card. Sprinkle. Dev Dude said Bert knows. Carlos said, sorry, my phone died, but I definitely, if anyone cares, let me get Dan Hooker here. Everybody cares, man. We all need everybody's opinion.
I like Puelles too. Me and Mike are on the same page.
Yeah, Puelles
I
fights
like
with
it.
the mean streak.
I'm betting it right now.
Yeah. The one and only Cody makes some 2XL, 3XL shirts for us swole boys. I'm going to because my dude Chef
Damn,
Mikey.
how swole are you, boy? 3XL? Shit.
And my boy, my Chef Mikey needs a 3XL too. So
Jesus.
I got you. I got you
That's a
guys.
swole boy right there.
Yeah. That's Mushroom Philly, man. My boy Mushroom Philly. If you see what he eats, man, he's definitely big. Got the muscles, dude. Jenna, okay. It'll be a pajama shirt. Go. Sketchy is Blanche Molly. Something seems off. Yeah. I mean,
See that.
If Blanchfield would have went out there and just took JJ Aldridge down at will and all that,
dominated her,
yeah,
I would lay the 400 for sure.
But after that last fight, dude, I was sitting there watching it like, oh fuck, she's losing. I hope she wins.
I had a bet on that fight too, and I was like, shit, there it goes.
Prince Mischief said, yeah, Hooker's minus 145. That's not a bad line for the better fighter, in my opinion. BCS, he said the key question: does Johnny drink light beer because it tastes great or less filling?
Honestly, it's because of the triple hops brewed. Only get a Miller Lite, and it tastes great. So,
okay. Quick shout out to Miller Lite and them boys.
Miller Lite, if you're watching,
I might pour a bourbon cream here in a second. Actually, Dev's doing some shit. I don't know what that is, Dev. You better not be talking about my mama though, Dev.
You fell asleep and fell on his keyboard.
You better not be talking about my mama.
He's talking about the city kickboxing suite.
Okay. The suite.
We've been doing that for a week.
There it is.
A whole week. A whole week.
He hit the wrong one.
That's like an alien talk or something.
No Love said Derek Lewis versus other fighter under 2.5 bet the bank. Yeah, man. Him and Pavlovich ain't gonna do nothing but throw hammers at each other. And I believe it's in a small cage. So.
Oh, you mean Spivak?
No. Or yeah, Spivak. Why did I say Pavlovich? He just
Pavlovich destroyed him.
Yeah. And Pavlovich got a tough fight coming up with Tuivasa. That's going to be awesome. Dev.
Yeah, I like that fight a lot.
Yeah, Dev said
under.
Okay. This one, all right, man. This one's legit. This question, I got to make them hard. This is for a Blood Money t-shirt. If not, you got to regift it for Christmas or something. Here is the question. Name me all the undisputed UFC champions on this card. They've been a champion, an undisputed UFC champion. On this card, name all at any point in their career, just UFC champions. Doesn't have to be current, but they've at least won a real
in the UFC.
A UFC championship belt.
Okay,
so give me all them fighters. I gotta make it hard. It might take a second. We might have to do a little small talk, but there's 47 people. Someone has got to get this.
Because
we got four. We got there is 4. That's correct.
Okay, I got them right.
That is correct. Edgar Izzy Esparza. Nope. What do we got right there? Jenna Marie with the win. Adesanya.
Ooh, there you go.
Yep. Adesanya, Edgar. Wait. Yeah. Right. Oh, okay. It moved up. Adesanya, Edgar, Weili, Esparza. Excellent. Because I knew that Weili, Esparza one might throw people. Yep. Them are the 4 champions. Because Poirier, I believe, was an interim, right? But not a undisputed UFC champion. So excellent. Jenna, hit me up on Twitter or my Instagram at Blood Money MMA Bets and let me get your information and I'll send that out. Awesome. And let me know. We'll get the large or extra large. And like I said, I'm gonna get these big ones made up. I'm gonna get some smaller ones made up, and I'm gonna get some of them out, get them out to people. But yeah, man, everybody came in, everybody got it. But Mikey said my brain melted.
Jenna's fast. She's fast.
Yeah, she came. That was fast. That was almost like she must have knew a couple of them because it's hard to go down. And so yeah,
who
good
won
job,
that
man.
one?
Jenna Marie.
She gets your pajama shirt.
She's always here supporting. Yep. So I appreciate that, and I'm glad that she got it, man.
She's swole. Give her the 3XL.
She wants the 3X. She wants the real pajama shirt. Yeah, man. See,
she'll go to the gym and grow some muscles into it.
See, we got a great chat, man. Everybody's all happy for her and stuff. That's awesome. Jenna Marie did it. So yep, hit me up. All right, man. Here's another interesting fight for us, guys. Frankie Edgar versus Chris Gutierrez. And I'm gonna let Patrick start this, and then we'll go like Patrick, Johnny, me, and I'll be right back. But Yeah, to start this one, Patrick, with Frankie Edgar and Gutierrez.
God damn, I like this fight a lot because it's Frankie Edgar, admittedly his retirement fight, which ruins things for me, right? Because it's hard to back Frankie Edgar. It's hard to back anybody who's making the retirement fight, but style-wise, man, I mean, the guy's got all the skills to win this fight, honestly, but I got to take Chris Gutierrez. I just think he's going to do a lot of the things that Frankie Edgar has been known to do, but just better because he's a decade younger, right? I mean, you're not getting a guy who's like a very good wrestler in Chris Gutierrez that goes against him. He's not a really big power puncher, to knock out Frankie Edgar. So it's a tough fight. I think where the money line's at, you are getting some value on Frankie Edgar here. I think he's got the game plan to win this fight, as I mentioned at the top, but making his retirement bantamweight 41, I don't think so. I'm going to be rooting for him probably to win this fight, but I got no money on this one. Such a dicey one, right? Because it's like you just can't look past that 40-year-old bantamweight. Even if he wasn't retiring, that's a red flag in itself. But since he's retiring, I don't know how motivated he is to get a W here. And if he does win, you better believe it's not going to be his last fight. Because whenever these guys going to win, they come back for another. They're like, I still got it. I'm going to come back for more until somebody finally puts him out. So I got to go Chris Gutierrez, just be the faster guy, probably have the better timing and reflexes. And I think he's going to have the bigger moments here. So Frankie Edgar could very well have more significant strikes in this matchup, maybe land some takedowns here and there. But I got to think Chris Gutierrez is going to wobble him, visibly damage him at some points with the striking, and get his hand raised probably by decision. So the bets that I like on this one, even though I got no money on it, I do like Chris Gutierrez inside the distance, scorecards equals no action. If you can find that at a reasonable number, he's probably the only guy who's got finishing equity in this fight. Yeah. So I'd go that route. Give me Chris Gutierrez to win.
Yeah, I really like that bet, actually. I'm gonna check that out. Yeah, I like Gutierrez here. Just whatever, all the things that you said. There's so many intangibles in this fight that I hate, and everybody wants to back Edgar here, but he's 43 years old. 41. Retirement fight, 41. I'm sorry. Retirement fight. Like, he's been brutally knocked out. I'm not saying Gutierrez is a knockout artist, but I mean, a chin is suspect. Yeah. And there's so many red flags for Edgar here. You almost can't, and I know Cody's not here, I'm going to say it before he gets back. You almost can't pick Edgar here because there's just so much going against him here. I'm rooting for the guy. Trust me.
Are you saying Cody's got a money line bet on Frankie Edgar? Is that what you're saying?
I did not say that, but you almost.
I think I saw it on his Instagram.
But you almost can't pick him here. I mean, he only wins by. Oh shit! He only wins by decision.
Everybody stop talking about Cody. Stop talking about
him. Give me Gutierrez here. He's gonna win by domination. Whoever bet Edgar here is a crazy man. So give me Gutierrez by decision.
Well, that's the opposite of what's going to happen in this fight. Because
wait. No, look at the comments. Dev says Chris is a lock.
This motherfucker.
There it is.
Ain't no way.
You are fucked, Cody. You are fucked.
Yep.
Ain't no
your bet. Rip it up.
Don't do me like that, Dev. Yeah, man. Nobody wants to predict it, but everybody knows what's going to happen here. Don't nobody ever watch the damn Gutierrez fight and be like, "This dude's so fucking good. Can't wait to see him fight for the title." No, it's not that good. He goes split decision with the bottom of the barrel. Split decision. The Freitas. Was the other dude that Chase Hooper beat the shit out of, and then he went life and death with
Corrales.
Yep, that's the bum. I actually like that dude, but yeah, man. Chris Gutierrez only has leg kicks, and it's not even like it's not Pedro Izzo with them. He beat Vince Morales. He can't check a leg kick. Period. I don't think Gutierrez has good takedown defense. I don't think he has a good get-up game. I think Cody Durden took him down and held him down for 5 minutes. And if Cody Durden can do that, he's a flyweight. What is Frankie Edgar going to do, dude? Frankie Edgar, obviously the way to beat Frankie Edgar damn near his whole career is you got to put him out. Not many people beat Frankie by decision. You know what I mean? So I just think that Frankie's better every single place other than age and possibly leg kicks. But when I bet 2 units to win 3.6 on Frankie. And when I bet on him, I know that I'm going to get the game plan. I know I'm going to get the fight IQ. I know what I'm going to get. He's going to come in here and wrestle box. You know what I mean? And he's going to be very good at it. And Chris Gutierrez, like I'm actually proud of the UFC this time because they actually gave one of their legends a step down in competition for their final fight instead of trying to give Nate Diaz, Khamzat Chimaev, and shit like that. Like Frankie's at home. He's got the people in his back pocket. He's gonna have the judges are gonna love him in New York. You know that like Frankie Edgar is a professional dude. He's a bad mofo, and you know he's worked as hard for this fight as he's done for any fight, knowing it's his last fight. I think he's better than Gutierrez everywhere. Even at this stage of his career, I think his boxing's better. Gutierrez doesn't really have that great of hands. Obviously, he KO'd Dana Bakhtara with that spinning elbow, but he doesn't KO people, dude. He goes to decision a ton. That's not real. Like if people are hyped up on that, I just don't see what anybody watched any film and thinks that Gutierrez is better than Frankie Edgar anywhere. And I think I don't think he beats Frankie Edgar in decision because he's going to split decision with dudes that aren't that good. So he's going to have to knock him out. And I don't think he's going to do that. He's not a punch you in the face, knock you out guy. So all the values on Edgar. Gutierrez didn't even look that much bigger than him today at the face-off. So yeah, man, I bet Edgar. And I think Edgar's going to go out there and wrestle him down and beat him up for 3 rounds and do what he did to Marlon Vera, except
what was your wager in Moneyline on Edgar?
I put 2 units. I got him at plus 180, 2 units to win 3.6 units. And he's going to come out with the fight IQ. He's going to have the gas. He's better everywhere. So give me Frankie Edgar, man. Hometown crowd, hometown everything. Give me him to get the win. What you got, Bert?
Are you a little worried, Cody, real quick, that it is his retirement fight and it's announced?
No, because it's Frankie Edgar. Now you give me somebody like Cerrone and them who 4 fights before their final fight, they looked washed. You know what I mean? Alex Moreno's coming out and putting him down. Frankie Edgar ain't looking washed. He was just beating Marlon Vera. And dude, the difference is, all right, Frankie Edgar, we can all agree he's going to get takedowns on Gutierrez, right? Gutierrez
if he goes for him, yes.
Yeah, he's not going to stuff every takedown from Frankie Edgar. When Gutierrez goes on the ground, he does home alone, right? First step of jiu-jitsu, don't choke me, and he fucking lays there. You know what Marlon Vera did when Frankie took him down? He threw 180 elbows from his back, up kicks, getting him off and moving, constantly making like Frankie hold him down, get up. He was beating Frankie up from the bottom a little bit. Gutierrez ain't going to do that because Frankie did look a little tired in the third, but that's when Marlon Vera has you on your back leg, dude, the whole time. And you're just trying to not get your face kicked off. Gutierrez is none of that, dude. He's none of that. He's none of that. I've watched him fight a lot. He's just none of that. So yeah, man, 2 units to win 3.6. And I feel damn near more confident on him and Wellington Turman than I do on my bet on Dustin Poirier. And he's minus 230 because he's fighting a real bad mofo though. Michael Chandler's a bad mofo. Petroski.
Cody, are you sipping on that bourbon cream right now?
Hell no. Just that V8 energy. I'm telling you, dude, Petroski.
Was that a V8 energy? Those are my favorites.
Dude, these are the best in the world.
I drink a 6 of those on my way to work every morning.
I drink about 2 to 3 a day, dude, because they're like 80 milligrams and you get a fruit and vegetables.
Are they like 6 ounces? Are they double shot ones?
Dude, these
are like 8 ounces.
They're like
ounces.
babies. Like
I crushed those on my passenger seat on my way to work.
What's your favorite flavors?
The black cherry. I like the diet one, the strawberry lemonade one as well. It's like 10 calories.
Just so you know, chat, you only hear V8 talk on this live stream. So
if it's got caffeine in it, I'll discuss it.
Yeah. So definitely like and subscribe to all of us right now. You're gonna hear a lot more V8 talk. We're all a little bit older except Bert. So Bert will get there. He'll get there. He'll learn V8.
Johnny's old with me. What probiotics you on, Johnny? What's your schedule? All right, here's what I'm waiting for, Bert, because I can tell Bert's been waiting.
Right, Bert. I know he's been waiting patiently.
What you got on this fight, Bert? What do you got, my man?
All right, so for Chris Gutierrez and Frankie Edgar, I'm going to say right here, I think Chris Gutierrez should win. If I were the judge of this fight, I would give the win to Chris Gutierrez. But I'm going to call a split decision robbery. I'm going to go out there and say I think Chris Gutierrez should get the win. But I think the judges are just going to give it to Frankie Edgar. 29-28, split decision, and nobody's going to care. No. Nobody's going to care. They're going to be like, all right, Frankie won the fight. Did he really win the fight? I don't care. It's Frankie Edgar. He won the fight. All right, cool. That's how I think it's going to go. I think Edgar is going to win round 1, control Chris Gutierrez. He's going to clearly win round number 1. He's going to clearly lose round number 3. Going to be a little bit gassed there. Gutierrez is going to land some big shots. Round 2, I think Gutierrez should get that round. He's going to land the harder shots, land some good shots on the feet and things like that. Edgar's going to land some takedowns, but I think the shots and the power and the combinations that Gutierrez does land in round number 2 should get him the win. But I think the judges are going to be like, control time means the most in round number 2. And they're going to give the win to Frankie Edgar. I don't think he should get the win, but I'm calling a very weird split decision robbery for Frankie Edgar right here. 29-28 going both ways. It's going to be a nail biter listening to the scorecards. All the Gutierrez decision props out there going to be, who's going to go to? But I think Edgar in New York right here is going to get the fans going at him. Yeah, every takedown he lands, every little tap on the ground, they're going to be screaming for him. So
as they should.
Let's go.
It's going to be like it's going to be a flashback to UFC 112, which I have not forgotten, Cody, when your boy Frankie Edgar stole my boy BJ Penn's championship, and I have not forgiven him. I hold a grudge, and I still hate Frankie Edgar to this day.
Frankie, the answer, Edgar won that fight. That was a close fight, dude. God, Frankie was such a savage. That's why he needs the win because, dude, Frankie's put on some good fights. So you're saying you're picking Gutierrez by losing a split decision is what you're saying, though.
Yeah, I think Gutierrez should win, but they're not going to give it to him.
I like it.
So you're picking both sides. I like it. This guy knows.
What we're all saying here, though, is what I'm getting from everybody, though, is that Gutierrez should not be minus $235 to Frankie Edgar.
Oh, for sure.
No, he's not going to finish him. I'm telling you right now, Gutierrez is not a finisher. His boxing, his problem too is he's too easily backed up to the cage, and Frankie Edgar is going to take him down. The dude's doesn't have the best takedown defense, and his get up game is terrible. And Frankie Edgar does enough work down there to beat you up, to keep you down there. And this is name me a bigger drop off in the competition than this that you guys seen lately. Going from Frankie Edgar the last 15 years of his life, going to fucking Chris Gutierrez, never had a solid win in his life.
I would say like Petroski fighting Turman.
It'd be more like Maximov fighting Kamzat. You know what I mean? But like name like a bad mofo like this that's all of a sudden fighting a dude that's ranked number 24 in the world. They never had a good win in his life. Denial's a good win, but is it a good compared to Frankie Edgar type shit? Is it a good win? I don't think so, boys. What's the chat say?
Cody gives no fucks.
None at all. Let's see. All right. Cody is a wild man for tanking Frankie here. Raw Torque says Frankie by sub and decision. Love it. I love it. Mikey said Frankie lives now as a melting chimpanzee as far as I'm concerned. No, dude, Frankie's a legend.
His ears are a little weird, though. I will say that.
That's from a life of toughness. Fire.
No, he's talking about that screenshot of the front kick he ate from Chito Vera. That's that was terrible.
That's face melting for
bro,
sure.
They need to stop putting them out like Johnny Walker's when Jamal Hill hit him. Who else? Tony Ferguson.
Tony Ferguson at the bar drinking.
Yeah, they do some rotten shit. It's not a good time it's not a good time to get knocked out really bad on the street or in the cage because it's World Star or UFC for sure. Chris is a lock. You're disrespecting Frankie the answer Edgar out here. Damn it. Dev, I can take the other ones, but I will not take this.
Does Dev not have a lock-in?
Listen.
He said he has 7 locks, which I like. I like the confidence.
Gutierrez, money line.
Jesus. No,
5 units.
No love. Frankie all day. He looks younger and weighing. Frankie didn't even look that small. Bro, okay, so you guys... I just don't understand.
Cody, I love your intensity.
Gutierrez is just going to come out here and he's going to fucking mollywop. Ain't no fucking way.
I don't know why you like this bum Frankie Edgar, dude. BJ Penn kicked his ass, all right? Twice.
What? Remember?
I'll give Frankie Edgar the third fight where he TKO'd him, but even that was dirty. He didn't deserve that one either.
Yeah, he'll do what he has to do to win.
That was rigged. That was rigged.
I think Frankie's going to give Gutierrez a little bit of that Chad Mendez treatment. You know what I mean? Just hit him with them little uppercuts and boom, put him to sleep. Dev said Cody's a crazy man. Psh, that's all I got to say. You know, Ed Bassmaster. Psh,
when Dev says lock, it's a lock. Cody, I don't know if you know that or not.
He could every fucking bet I've made. He's got the other side of lock.
Dev, talk about his mother. Talk about his mother.
I dare you. I fucking dare you. Who wants what? Don't talk about my mama. Take that. Frankie
can't get this comedy anywhere else, guys.
No,
like
Frankie not winning is his retirement fight against a guy who hasn't lost in years. Okay. Do you guys remember when do you remember the last time? Hold on. Do you guys remember? I just want to see if you guys remember this shit. You guys remember the last time Chris Gutierrez fought a badass wrestler?
Cody's
last time?
Not badass, but
No, a real legit top of the line.
I'm gonna look.
Fighter, wrestler.
Uriah Faber.
I'll give you a hint. His name starts with Hani Barsolis. Okay, he beat the shit out of Chris Gutierrez. You ever watch that fight? He literally beat the shit out of him, took him down, beat him up, and then choked him the fuck out in a second. That was the last time Chris Gutierrez fought like a top level guy, and he got little brothered, and he was getting beat up by Donat too a little bit. But yeah, you'll watch that fight. He looked terrible. That was his only step up in competition too, to be honest. All right, boys. I think we spent enough time on Frankie Edgar getting this win.
Did we? I mean, we got time.
And Bert agreed with me in a way, though. You know what I'm saying? He said Gutierrez by my guy winning, though.
I think Bert's like 60-40 Gutierrez, though.
I think Gutierrez should win.
So you're 60-40 Gutierrez. So he's on our side.
Hi, where can...
So you know, Cody. That's how it works.
Hi, where can I watch this match live?
ESPN Plus.
ESPN Plus.
Yep. ESPN Plus. Pink Floyd said bet Chris moneyline hedge Edgar points sprinkle split decision for Frankie. Dev, I think he's just switched. Dev just said it went away, but he just said he switched to Frankie, and now Frankie's
no, he
did. Yes, he did. He said he's got some new information.
It's already locked in, Cody. He can't change his mind.
He said he didn't realize that Frankie was only 41. He thought he was 45, so he switched it up. Frankie by sub and decision.
If you put a lock next to the name, it's locked in. You can't change it, no matter what you think.
No, not with Dev. Dev can.
Oh, okay. Well, then, right.
Mikey said, I'm not buying any Edgar, but you sell it better than anybody, bro. Possibly leg kicks. Yeah, I'm selling it. Definitely, because it's what's going to happen. I don't know where to go. Said, I'm throwing some change down on Edgar. He was beating Cheeto till the KO, and Goody barely beat Andre Ewell. Yeah, and there's levels to this. Like I said, biggest step down in competition I've seen in a long time. Long time, dude. UFC loves to throw the younger fighter wins most of the time. Yeah. They're letting Frankie do this
65% of the time if it's 10-year gap.
Yeah, right. The crowd gonna boo Chris
Cody
so
knows
hard.
Now.
Yeah. Dude, Frankie, I'm telling you, Frankie's a different breed, though. Unrelated fact, in WWE, every time a wrestler was in their hometown, Vince McMahon would have them lose in front of their crowd. I don't know why. That's not today. Dana loves Frankie, dude.
Well, I mean, UFC is close to WWE, so get ready, Cody.
I know, it's getting there. Victor said, I agree with Bert. I feel like Gutierrez is going to win, but the judges will give it to Edgar.
I can see that, though, honestly. I can really see that.
Get me back for the Dustin Jacoby crap.
That's true.
Check
that
out
really my card.
Yep.
Dare I say, Dev said Khalil was a lock. He did.
Don't get him started on that.
I seen it in the chat.
And Khalil lost, Dev. That's fucking.
No, he won. It was a lock.
Ain't no fucking way, boy.
Just like Frankie Edgar. He's going to lose.
So,
he's going to win.
There you go.
Get me back. I need that. Just stop. I'd be on a 9-week winning streak. Don't get me started. All right. I can actually see that, Bert. Frankie going to be the smart and just on top, win on points. Daz, I'm with you, brother. I'm with you, Daz. Frankie is a point fighting pro. New York crowd will help him win. Yeah. If it's anything like that, a Columbus, Ohio crowd, dude. We were there, dude, and they swayed everything.
They did. And the Russians were not doing good that night. I'll tell you that. That was right when all the political stuff happened. So
yeah, Edwin, definitely going for the dude with my last name. Makes sense.
There you go. That's a lock.
I love Cody's mom. I would never. Easy, Dev. That's like
you're pushing it there.
I got some jokes.
Don't love his mom.
I got some pull-out jokes and stuff.
Just say you like
bring them out on national TV. I don't want to do that. Papa Chuck said his name starts with Hani Barsolis. That's the shit, because that's who it is. Dude, he beat the brakes off him. Like, yeah. Frankie gonna have that crowd roar, and Dev's praying for Frankie to win. I appreciate that, Dev. That's why I like that dude, man. That's why I like that dude. That support's unreal. Prince of Mischief said, I can't believe my capping has to include shit judging, favoritism, and bad revenue.
It's true. You have to nowadays.
For sure.
Yeah. Cody
over unders, man.
a from New York parlay. I think I do got the from New York parlay. I don't have Frevola, but I got Edgar. I would take Blanchfield, and I got Arce. But
Yeah,
I would
touching that line of Blanchfield. Don't lie.
No. I can't do it. I gotta have some beef. Where's
Dylan?
Where's Dylan? I like Dev too much, man. I like Dev too much. All right, let's get to the next fight because we're getting to some crazy stuff, boys.
We're having fun. We're having too much fun, guys.
Having a good time. Dustin Poirier versus Michael Chandler. The probably second best fight. I'm not gonna put this above Izzy and Pereira. But let's go, Bert. Who do you got in this, man? What do you like? What's your plays?
I do have this above Izzy and Pereira. First off, it's a banger of a fight. Poirier versus Chandler. I'm going 3-round war. I called the Gaethje versus Chandler 3-round war. I had Justin Gaethje 29-28 decision. Same thing here. I got Dustin Poirier 29-28 decision. He's faster. He's way more volume and way more combinations in round number 2 and in round number 3. Only way Chandler's going to win is early on with those explosive power-driving takedowns on Dustin Poirier. Dustin, not really too good early on with the takedown defense, but round 2, round 3, they get sweaty, they get sloppy. Chandler might land the takedown, but Poirier is going to use that sweat to get back up to the feet, or he's going to wreck the face of Chandler. Chandler's going to look very bloody after this fight. Chandler is going to be really mad after this fight is over. And I think Dustin Poirier wins round 2 and round 3 in an all-time classic top 5 fight of 2023. If Chandler wins, it'll have to be wrestling in round number 1 and then catching Poirier in round number 2 and just maybe using that to win the fight on the scorecards. But Poirier's chin is honestly pretty solid at this point in his MMA career. I don't think he's going to catch Poirier. Have it going all the way. Poirier decision is kind of insane betting odds for this fight right here. I mean, the fight to just go to a decision is pretty insane here for Michael Chandler and Poirier at plus 230 on FanDuel. That's definitely what I'm taking here because I can see a judge or two giving the fight to Michael, so I'd rather just go plus 230 to not risk it on just going Dustin Poirier. Gonna be a banger. If you don't think it's gonna be a banger, slap yourself in the face. It's gonna be a banger. Not Poirier by decision.
I like that, man. I gotta stop starting with Bert, man. Killing these.
No, right now how are we gonna follow that up?
Jesus, man, he's a closer, not an opener. Shit. Patrick, how you feeling about this one, man?
Yeah, as usual, man, I agree with a lot of the points that Bert made. I mean, especially the controversial one of this going to the distance. I got the over 2.5 in this fight at plus 215. I could not ignore those odds that are kind of out of whack for a 155.
Plus 215?
Yeah. Plus 215. Yeah. I got it. I think it moved down a little bit, but that was on Bet Online when it dropped, when the overs and unders dropped on Monday.
That's phenomenal.
Plus 215, the over, just a half of a unit, but the other 2.5 units I have on Dustin Poirier's money line. Minus 175 on that. I know it moved very quickly. One night it was minus 175. The next morning it was like minus 200 or more.
Yeah,
so
it went crazy.
Yeah, but even around that minus 220 price, I still would take Dustin Poirier on the money line. I like him to win this fight. I think unlike the Gaethje fight against Michael Chandler, Poirier's he's got such smooth pull counters. He can, really get out of range, and he's got the elite cardio that Justin Gaethje did not have. So technical striking, elite cardio over 5 rounds, much less 3. I think Chandler's going to really struggle to get in range and land the majority of the shots here. So if you were going to take Chandler, I would say it was earlier rather than later, probably under 1.5. If this goes past that, I think Poirier's got this all day long. And I think either it's a 30-27 decision victory for Poirier or it's him inside the distance, late round 2. So give me Poirier. I'm very confident in his striking here.
Nice. Yeah. Excellent breakdown. Excellent. Johnny, what you got for us?
Patrick, you said you had the over 2.5 in this one?
Yeah, plus 215 for half.
Okay, yeah, it's at plus 140 now. So you got
that's crazy.
Very good line.
Well, I mean, there's certain things that just like pop. Like, do I want to bet this fight goes to decision or the over? No, it's gonna raise my blood pressure. I'm gonna be stressed out the whole time, and it might not hit. But at plus 215 for a lightweight fight, come on now, I got to at least put a half V in it. It's gonna be stressful for sure.
Yeah, I'm going with Poirier here. I think he's just the better striker. I know Chandler is super dangerous early. Maybe in the first 3 minutes of the first round, he might go for those takedowns and wrestling, but he's not going to wrestle this whole fight. He's going to gas out, and he can't do that. So I don't even know if he's going to try to wrestle. Maybe early on, maybe. maybe, but I think Poirier is going to maybe lose the first round, like Bert said. And after that, I think it's Poirier. He might even get a late, like, third round knockout, but I'm going to say by decision. I was looking at the over earlier in the week, and I the over 1.5, and I can't even do that because who knows what's going to happen with this fight. But I'm going to go with Poirier. I have him in a parlay with the next fight here as my, like, super confident 2-fighter parlay. Like, it's not going to lose. So, knock on wood, we got this. Yeah, give me Poirier. I think he's just the better striker, and I think this will be a striking match.
Yeah, man. You three killed it. Yeah, broke it down perfectly. Chandler's going to be dangerous in that first round for sure. Definitely going to be dangerous. Poirier is going to have to watch himself. I mean, the shots that he was hitting Gaethje with definitely could do some big damage to Poirier. But he survives that first round. I don't think Chandler wrestles him because I think Chandler knows how to slow him down. Poirier's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, really good jiu-jitsu. I think that it's the same thing. Really tough first round. Chandler might even win it, might even land some takedowns and stuff. By that second and third, I expect Poirier to be taken over, and he could just be winning it in the first. You know, could look a lot like his McGregor fights, or his fight with Gaethje, Alvarez. He knows how to take these power punches on it and deal with it. And yeah, I think I'm going with Poirier by decision, possibly a third round finish. But I bet him. I got him at minus 160. It's pretty happy about that. Yeah. I have 3 units with 1.9 at minus 160, and I wish I would have put more, but I still think it's going to be a tough fight. Like I said, I feel, you guys laugh, but I feel more confident in freaking like Wellington Turman than my Poirier bet, just because I feel like Chandler's so much more dangerous than Petroski or like a Gutierrez. So it's weird, but
hey, Cody, did you see that fight when Petroski kind of choked Maximov like really quick?
Who?
Maximov? Ooh. That guy that was supposed to be Chimaev?
PFL? You talking about PFL?
But that's where he's going. Don't be sleeping on Petroski. That's all I gotta say.
He's gonna be sleeping come tomorrow night. That boy is going to sleep. Dev, pretty hot take here. Said Bert, then just stealing his picks. I tend to agree.
Locked.
I'm not gonna. I don't like the accusations, but Bert and Dev's always going at it, dude, in the chats and stuff. It's funny. Mikey said somebody. I'm still taking him, but somebody typed Dustin Poirier. I felt that on a few levels in my soul. But give me Dustin Poirier twice a day, even on Sunday. Yeah, man. So we all agreed on Poirier too.
Oh
right?
Yeah, sweet. I like that one for our parlay for sure.
Somebody just dropped and said that Lawrence is out of that fight with Simon. So
Simon,
the dude from the Dana White contender, young kid too.
I had a bet on him.
Did you? That's Bert's friend. They're like, that kid's like 18 or 19.
Did you go to college? I'm sorry. Did you go to high school?
Right. Poirier is crying, not ready. MMA prognosa. I like that. Poirier is crying, not ready. No, hell no. Can't see Chandler winning this fight, but maybe, it's going to be crazy. Can't see Chandler winning this fight.
I think it's early, or he's just not going to win.
Yeah, Edwin said, I'm glad you guys say decision on this one. I got the over 1.5.
It's going to be sweaty in the first round.
Yeah, the first round. Or if Chandler goes all out in that first round, starts gassing, Poirier knows how to pick people apart.
Yeah, I was going to say Poirier can get the knockout in the first round too. It's not just Chandler only. Like,
here you guys go.
It's going to be fireworks.
Everybody, I promise you, take this advice right here from him. If this guy, like my boy BCS Express, he knows.
This is the first time I've ever seen him say that.
Ever in my life. He bets like 6 bets a year and wins them. He said Poirier is a lock. Chandler has never beaten anyone as good as Poirier, and he's not acting like someone who believes he's going to win. Yeah, he's being super nice and stuff, but bet that then. Put that, I'm telling you. I don't say that much, but I would listen.
I believe him.
I was waiting for my bets to cash, and I couldn't bet DP at minus 164. It's such a good line. It went up like Patrick said, dude. That shit
225 now.
Jumped up overnight to that too, and it's just hovered there about the same. Like you said, it was at 200, went to about 220.
Late money's coming in on Dustin.
LOL, you go to high school with him, yeah. Chandler saying he doesn't want a fight of the night, but just wants to make it. Makes me think he doesn't want a brawl, but smart instead. But I think he's saying that, and he knows he's going to come out and strike. Because
That's the fighter he is. It's like Matt Frevola. Like, that's just the person he is. You can't unwire that in a fighter.
Right.
I mean, they
he
can
should
try.
go out there and take him down, but he's just not going to. There's no chance.
Right. And even if he does, I mean, I don't know if he holds him down and beats him up. Poirier is
No, he
good on the
won't.
ground,
Yeah.
dude. So it's like like
He'll get up.
BCS Express said, it's hard to find a place other than Chandler landing that knockout shot, but he has never beat nobody like him ever. Out of the four of you, who has DP hot sauce? Not me, but I would take some.
I
would try
don't,
it for
and I
sure,
really
dude.
want to actually. I'm a really big hot sauce fan. So
If anybody's got any, send me some. I'll take some.
I'll have to buy some.
Oh shit, a BCS lock. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, BCS.
I've never seen a lock out of like all the streams that we did. BCS has never said lock.
Yeah.
This is it, guys.
Believe it. You any good picks to add to parlay with Choi? Poirier.
Yeah.
Poirier. Now I'm telling you. Zach, what's up, brother? Thanks for
Zach?
joining us, man. You're late, but you're getting right to the good fights. Man. Prince said it's great, vinegar based.
Nice.
I would love it. I would try it. The hot sauce is fire, Dev said. All right, let's get to the fight of the night. Carla Esparza and Weili Zhang. Could be another Rose fight. Johnny, we'll let you start this one.
This is not going to be a Rose fight.
Better not.
Weili is going to come in here and dominate. Trust me, guys.
Okay.
I see it no other way. Maybe Esparza looks good early in the first round. Maybe she gets a takedown, but Weili is going to be way stronger. She's going to probably use that momentum of the takedown to reverse it, use some ground and pound, do something like that, or it's going to stay on the feet, and Weili's going to land tons of volume, tons of hard shots, and Esparza is not great on the feet. So give me Weili all day. This is my lock. I'm putting a lock in there. This is my lock of the night. I have Inside the Distance at plus 100. I also have her and Poirier as a parlay piece, and that is my parlay for that one too. I think Weili is going to get her belt back. I'm impressed with her improvements ever since she's been training with Triple C. She looks more dangerous, I think, and yeah, give me Weili. I'll give Carla like 5% chance to win this fight. That's it, and it has to be by wet blanket for 5 rounds. That's it.
5%.
5%. Because I mean, does anybody think Carla is going to survive all 5 rounds?
I didn't bet. I
mean, maybe I'm on an island. I don't know. Maybe I'm drunk. I don't know. No, I'm not.
So the thing, no, she could, but not standing. Not if she doesn't land any takedowns. I don't know, but I just don't know. Man, with Weili, like, I'm picking her to win. I'm going to say that. I'm going to pick her to win by a 4th round TKO. But like, I didn't bet this fight in any way. But I mean, I'm saying that, but I'm not going to bet it because, like, dude, I could easily in my mind see Weili or see Esparza being able to come out here and wrestle Weili. Like, dude, Rose Namajunas won 2 of her rounds.
Though.
Rose Namajunas won 2 of 5 rounds with wrestling against her. Like, that's how she used to win 2 of the 5th round she took with a takedown. Like, and that's Rose Namajunas. Carla Esparza has really good wrestling. Like, I expect Weili. She's better than Xian, but like, dude, what you seen there was like, that was domination, man. So, and Weili throws big, hard punches, and that's when a Carla could duck under. I'm taking Weili. I'm taking her. I think she should win, but like, I couldn't bet nothing on this because I can also see Carla coming out there. Dude, Carla Esparza wrestled down Alexa Grasso, who has excellent takedown defense, who's a big girl, who has excellent BJJ, beat her. Wrestled down every girl she's ever fought that she has, that besides like young Chaychik, and then Rose in the last fight. You know what I mean? But I just think she's being super disrespected. I don't think she's that bad of a fighter, and she didn't look that much littler than Weili too. And she's gonna have better wrestling. I don't care if Weili trained with what's his nuts, fucking Cejudo. Like, she's not gonna be Cejudo in this fight.
What's his nuts?
Yeah, I can't remember.
What's his little nuts?
What's his nuts? Fucking Cejudo.
Olympian.
Yeah,
2-division champ.
Yeah, but she's not him though.
She's nuts.
Fuck that,
the disrespect.
I love Cejudo. I just couldn't remember his name. That's just something I use because when I can't remember the name.
What's his nuts?
What?
I mean,
I wish he would.
Frankie
I wish
Edgar
he would be tuned into this. I wish he could hear this, dude. He come out of retirement like that.
Comes over here, little ass beats the shit out of me. I'm like, puts it on World Star and shit. He's got Santino with him. but yeah, man, I'm taking Wei Li because I do think that she's gonna be strong enough to stop that wrestling. But bro, I'm serious. I don't know. Like the way she wait, it's not like Wei. When do you think Wei Li started wrestling? Probably when she started doing training MMA, because I'm sure she started. I can't remember, karate background, something like that. You know what I mean? China usually don't start off.
Yeah,
with
they
wrestling.
don't have the greatest wrestling.
And Carla, to be honest, has some of the best wrestling that division's ever seen, besides maybe Tatiana Suarez. So I don't know. I'm gonna take Wei Li, but I don't want no parts of this fight because if I bet her and then I see her coming out and Esparza getting them takedowns, I'd be so nervous. So get her in a crucifix, anything. So yeah, man, give me Wei Li, but no confidence. No confidence. Bert, what you got, brother?
No confidence.
No confidence.
Not much. Like
Zero.
Not at that line.
Are you saying zero?
She's minus 400 too. If it was a pick'em, I'd have some more confidence.
No, she's like minus 320.
Johnny said that it's a 95%, you know, so that's minus 2,000. That's minus 2,000.
I'm that confident.
That's debatable to say the least.
95% is
listen.
That's a lock. So you're saying a lock.
Yeah, I locked it
Look
in.
at Dev. Dev said and new lock.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. So there you go. Right
Where's
here, man.
Devs?
Dev the dude.
Oh,
Dev the
Dev,
dude.
you don't.
There it is.
You don't even know. You don't even know, dude.
You don't even know. All right, what we got, Bert?
Oh, and new. Oh, I'm sorry. And new is Wei Li.
No, you were right. You were right. You were right. No, but we got
my bad. I was thinking, Sparta's really not even a champion. Sorry.
Yeah. So what you got, Bert?
Yeah, I was really happy that Wei Li Zhang beat Joanna Jędrzejczyk. I'll get into the prediction, but I had one of my favorite bets happen here that I've ever made was Wei Li Zhang minus 150. I was so happy to get that because it was like 2 to 3 days before a fight with Joanna Jędrzejczyk. I had Zhang Wei Li in a parlay when she was fighting Joanna Jędrzejczyk, and I'm seeing a minus 150 against Carla Esparza. I'm like, so these are pretty stupid odds in my opinion. I'm gonna put as much money as I can possibly do, and they let me put $750 on Wei Li Zhang. So I'm like, wow, why not? If I don't plan on doing it, I'll just hedge out and bet Carla Esparza. So I did that one. Really happy about it. Hedged out a little bit, given that Carla's a huge underdog, but still fairly confident on Wei Li Zhang. Not as much as Johnny here. I have Wei Li at 82%. It's a weird number, but 82% confidence.
Okay, well, it's only 13% off, Bert. It's not that bad.
13, that's it. It's a 13% difference there, but
okay.
I think Wei Li Zhang's going to win round number 1, defend the takedowns, use your strength, use your muscle, just grind out of those takedown situations. Carla do the same in round number 2. Round number 3, she's going to get Carla's back to the cage, and there's going to be a bunch of comparisons side by side of Joanna Jędrzejczyk, Carla Esparza, Wei Li Zhang, Carla Esparza, side by side. It's going to look identical. In my opinion, Wei Li's going to get a standing TKO right when the ref comes in. Carla's going to drop like a cookie falling off the shelf. It's going to be insane. Wei Li Zhang, 3rd round standing TKO.
I love it. Love
the energy. Great breakdown. But I happened to watch Patrick's breakdown, and he is deep on Carla Esparza. So go ahead and tell him why, Patrick.
No. Why'd you do that, Cody?
She's a lock. She's a lock. Well, what Cody's referring to is I rewatched every second of the 5-round destruction of Rose Namajunas by the hands of Carla Esparza. And I was on a roll, so I watched Ngannou versus Lewis as well.
Did you fall asleep 3 times or 4 times?
No, yeah. I was enthralled by all of the action.
Couldn't go to bed.
Look, I think that it is like I'm kind of in between all of you guys and Cody. Like Cody gave credit to Carla Esparza's, credentials, and I'm in on that for where the money line's at, right? Like it is, the odds have gotten crazy. If I was on the minus 150 or what, minus 150, minus 160 that Bert got, like the future line. Dude, I'd get straight up ridiculous if that was the line I got, but I don't have it. So, I mean, I would like tie my 401k to it, but there's
bet limits though.
Yeah, they do have bet limits, but yeah, it would. So let me put it this way: it would have to be a very bad night for Zhang Wei Li and a very on-point night for Carla Esparza. Those two things meet very often inside the cage. So if that happened, that's what's keeping me off of betting this fight, and that's why I have no bet on it. I could see it being inside the distance for Zhang Wei Li. Definitely just like a war of attrition where Carla Esparza just gets stopped down the stretch. Just you can't take any more strikes. I could see that happening. I could see it being a decision win for Zhang Wei Li. Or, something weird happens and something, undisclosed injury or something for Zhang Wei Li. You got to factor those things in. yeah, you got to at least have like a 5% value that you have over the books on top of what you think is going to happen for a Black Swan event of like Zhang Weili caters her knee or something, you know? So I can't play it at this money line. I would take Zhang Weili inside the distance if you had to make a play on this, or the unders, you know? That's how I would play it, but no bet for me. Give me and new Zhang Weili, 2-time champion.
Can I throw one thing out there?
No. Next fight. I knew John would love that.
I'm like, okay. I'm going to say it anyways. So Esparza has fought in one 5-round fight. And we all know how that 5-round fight is or went. I am not going to relive that memory.
Don't do it.
And that's the only way she survived that 5-round fight, because normally in some of her fights, like, she gasses after the 2nd round. So we've seen Weili in a hard 5-round fight. Yeah. At least one. And yeah, so give me Weili 98% now. It's going up. It's going up as we speak.
I know MMA, Matt. Well, yeah, I'd still go with Weili. Yeah, man. Yeah, what do you guys think?
Is that a consensus?
Yeah, we all went with Weili. We were like, me and Patrick were more like not 92%, but we was like,
I mean, it's a consensus. I don't care what it is.
John, I don't give a fuck what percent.
I don't give a fuck. It's guys. Listen, Bert's 82. I'm 98. What are you guys?
Patrick, what are you for Weili?
85.
85. Okay. I'm going
which is again like close to where the money. That's like close to where the money line is at.
But so that actually gives value to Zhang Weili, though.
There you go.
Okay, I'm wherever the money line is at. So like 80%, 85 minus 400, right?
No,
so
that's more.
Patrick, you said 85.
That's like minus 85. That's like minus 500.
There you go.
You gotta have that like value over the book. I can't pay the price of the books, otherwise I'm playing by their game. I gotta have some value over that, right?
Put her in a parlay.
Let's bring her back to reality, boys, and take her to like, you know, the 68% she belongs at.
I mean,
Carlos Esparza is the real deal. She's the real deal. She's got good wins. She's Carlos Esparza. Like what? Bert, you got her at what, minus 150? So that's like they started off like the bookie started off thinking she was gonna win what, 6 out of 10.
But then they saw her take down Joanna, spinning back fister, just dominate her on the ground.
But is this not like this is not skill wise or matchup wise? But does this not feel a little bit like earlier this year with the Peter Yan, Aljamain Sterling, where you got one person with the belt that nobody thinks deserves it? The money line gets ridiculous, and then something unexpected happens. You know,
like they out wrestle, like they fucking out wrestle. See, that's like, and I'm on Weili.
That's what scares me.
Carla's gonna get a body triangle and just control this fight.
Two rounds. Get two 10-8s, lose the other 3 standing. Right at the end of the fist, she's doing what Bert said, like Weili's just pounding on her, but before she drops down, bell rings. She wins. Ooh. She wins by 1 point on some crazy cards, dude. But yeah, man, that's like I expect Weili to win, but that's why I say about Carla, because you got to play the devil's advocate. Because like with a lock, you got to. That's where you can start losing money when you're like, there ain't no way. I lost money on Peter Yan versus Aljamain Sterling because I go, there ain't no way Aljamain's out wrestling him. Ain't no way.
One thing we've talked about the odds so much, and it's important here, but have we talked about like Weili Zhang actually doing offensive wrestling on her own accord? Like, what do you think happens there? Because I think she's going to mix in wrestling offensively herself.
I think she can get those takedowns if she does.
I think freaking Rose Namajunas took her down in 2 rounds and held her down in 2 rounds of their 5. Like
that's before the Go Henry Cejudo came in.
Right. That's true too. Right. But Carla, like I said, Carla's wrestling's no joke, dude. Like it's no joke. Dude, at 115 at this point, who would you guys take if she's advanced this much in her career? I know it's hard to figure this out, but like say Grasso stayed at 115 and she's advanced to where she's at, who would you take with Grasso and Weili Zhang?
Weili Zhang for sure.
You would?
Yeah, right now.
Yeah. I think she's overhyped, dude. I really do. I don't think she's as good. Like, yeah, but like her wins. I mean, she looked great against Andrade. She looked great against Joanna in the second fight, but the first one I thought she got beat. Like, I don't know. I don't see that it factor in her. I think she gets. I don't know, but it's gonna be good. Let's see what.
You see that it factor with Carla though?
I think she has like wrestling. 6 years ago. I don't think Weili's striking is like that fucking like
Cody.
It's not like she looked like in the Andrade.
Listen, I know you love wrestling,
but her wrestling.
I know.
I think No, not all the time. But
I know she's the same stature and size as Frankie Edgar, but
I know that's what I was getting at. That's what I was getting at.
If they had a baby, champion.
Wrestling champion, the next Bo Nickel.
Goat, baby goat. But yeah, man, I'm just saying you got to play the devil's advocate sometimes. You got to get the other side. This Carlos Esparza doubt always confused me. MMA math doesn't add up here. Esparza beat Rose twice. Rose beat Zhang twice. Now Zhang is supposed to KO Esparza. That's what I'm saying. It's not like Esparza just gets KO'd. She's fought fucking Moreno Rodriguez, great striker. Like I said, Grasso, all these. She's fought in great strikers, dude, and beat them. Xian Yan beat the shit out of her, dude. Like beat the shit out of her. Crucifixed her. And what would you? But it doesn't. I know it don't add up. But Zanyan and Weili would be a good fight too. I'm just not that impressed with Weili. I think her best win was that Andrade one, and then like her last win over a girl that hadn't fought in a couple years, didn't even train for a couple years. But Action said China gonna deny Weili's passport if she loses this one. Man,
I will say like the Weili Yan fight. If they made that whenever, that would be a really good fight. I think it. Yeah. I think Yan has a better chance to win than Esparza.
Yeah, Cody, you're really disputing the. You're. I think Cody, you're downplaying the Chinese work ethic.
Downplaying Chinese wrestling to America. Chinese wrestling to American wrestling is not a. It's not a comparison.
But she took down Francis Ngannou, so.
I know. Well, yeah, because he sprawled and brawled, man. So it's like, fuck, dude. But nah, bro, she ain't taking down. All right, we'll see. But I'm like I said, hesitantly.
You're 65% sure.
68.
Okay, so that's a great number. I'll take that all day.
Dev said Weili should be
98%.
She said 110%. He said ain't no way. Derek Isby, if Esparza wins, I want to see DP Hot Sauce Shui. Yeah. Oh, dude, I did a bet with. I forgot all about that. I did a bet with.
Oh, you did?
Betcha.
Where is
Shui
he
for the Chandler fight? Fuck, dude. I don't even drink like that. But I'll do it. I'll fucking do it. He better not lose.
Oh, you're gonna win. BCS told you it's a lock.
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
Think about that.
Miguel, my boy Miguel said, Weili by KO, TKO is plus 100. I might have to make that bet. As far as the striking is terrible, and Weili is always improving everything. What? Carlos' striking's improved. I'm not saying she's beating girls up, but she ain't getting beat up. Like, she's improved in the years since that Joanna one. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I did the Weili inside the distance at plus 100. So
Dev said, how's that stogie, Pat?
Just in case.
Oh, it's good. And it's a little bit of foreshadowing to the main event here. This is a CAO Brasilia. This is a triple wrap cigar, Brazilian wrappers. So a little bit of foreshadowing. It's great, man. Oh, fuck. Here we go.
There he is.
Here we go.
We get everyone.
What's his nuts is in the house. Said, how dare you make fun of the double champ, a.k.a. Triple C like that? On down low, Zhang needs to work on her get up. Exactly. See, that's what he's spitting.
Don't say that now, Triple C. God dang.
That's my man.
It's been 2.5 years, and he's already what's his nuts.
What's his nuts? Yeah, man. When he gets back in, though, man, he'll be Triple C again. He'll be Triple C.
Lock.
Okay. Hey, see, and dude, No Love won my first ever contest with the triple parlay, and he had some big.
No Love is awesome, man. Constant supporter.
I appreciate you, No Love, but that's not a lock.
And I should have picked Esparza. I wanted to bet her at plus 280. I really did, but I go like the bookies. You
gotta bet. You gotta do like a Bert MMA like by split decision Esparza, because one judge already has a Wang Jie Li 49-46 just pre-written.
Right. Yeah. Edwin said last time Cejudo took someone under his wing and became champ, it was Figgy. Yeah, ain't no way.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen again. And
that's at 75% at least. All in on Esparza. She's gonna shake up the world. I'm telling you. See, these guys have thought about it. Waka says, a deck of my favorite people on the table talking a sport I love so much. Who needs to go see parents in the hospital tomorrow? I'd much rather watch this all night long. We'll be here. I mean, if you put it on, I bet your parents will probably, or patients will probably like it too.
He's got to go see patients at the hospital. Hopefully not his parents at the hospital.
I mean, we are very entertaining. If you don't like UFC, like just come here, have a good time, have some beers.
Is one of those patients going to be Frankie Edgar after tomorrow?
Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way.
It's going to be Carlos Esparza.
Yeah, he's going to be. Frankie's going to be in there from breaking both hands from ground.
Or it's going to be Turman.
Oh,
in their
Maximoff.
visiting Petroski because he choked him too long. Then they're fucking bringing him flowers and shit.
Is it going to be a double choke out submission?
No. Petroski ain't got the gas, man. He ain't got no gas.
If it happens in the first round, he's good to go.
Dev said he had all Joe on all of them. Zhang over Grasso for sure. That's debatable, dude. Grasso is fucking good. Welly Zhang
That'd be a really good fight, though.
Like, what's Welly Zhang do best? What, she throws hands, or kicks, or hands?
I would say she's she's better striker than anything, and she has power.
But like what, in her hands though? She's good.
She's way stronger, way faster, probably has way better cardio. I mean, it's just the list goes on. The list goes on and on.
Then Grasso?
I mean,
Grasso,
a big girl. Grasso, big
power advantage for sure.
Straight striking? I don't know.
I mean, it's close.
Yeah, the striking stuff.
Let's see. Cody has doubt on Zhang. I do. I'm not impressed with Zhang, dude. The only time I was impressed
Cody,
with
are you going to change your pick? Because I feel like you're changing your pick right now.
For that line?
We haven't even got to the next fight.
For that line?
No, we're talking about straight.
Hey, before we get to this next fight, does anybody know if Izzy wrestles? Is he a wrestler?
No,
I'm gonna take him for that
in wrestling class.
Ice Viking said, last month I was locked in Poirier parlay like Johnny.
There it is, guys.
I don't
Poirier, Weili, lock it in right now. You probably get minus money and not plus money right now, but do it.
Prince of Mischief. I know it sounds like I picked Carla, but I didn't. He said, I agree with Cody, but I think Welly can win on damage.
Do you have a secret bet? That's what it is.
No,
he
I
has
do.
a secret bet on Carla, and he's trying to freaking.
I wish I did. I was this close.
You did. You do, Cody.
All the values.
Don't lie. Don't lie. You're lying.
Can we not agree all the values on Carla though at this point? Champion of the world.
No.
Plus 360.
There's no
champion of the world. The whole world.
Do you really think she's a champion for real? Like, let's be honest.
2-time champion.
Oh my God.
2-time champion.
Can we move on to the next fight? Because
we're going to. All right, boys. Main event time, boys. Israel Adesanya versus Alex scary ass mofo Pereira.
Very scary.
Patrick, man, we're gonna let you start this because I forgot,
And last money line of the night, I do have 2 units on Israel Adesanya, the exact 2.5 units actually, the exact same line as the Poirier one, minus 175 before it moves up.
Nice.
And I mean, I'm siding on the side of experience here for Israel Adesanya. He finally has somebody that's going to match his size, which is interesting. And if you watch the weigh-ins, man, Pereira definitely looks like a 205er like he did in kickboxing, right? Like he's big. We all know the narrative. We all know Pereira, beat him twice in kickboxing. The first time, controversial, very close competitive fight. The second time, Israel Adesanya was kicking his ass until the big left hook of Pereira, his signature move. I just find Adesanya to be the more skilled, like mover, way more elusive. And as we saw with the Bruno Silva fight with Alex Pereira, the guy, his striking defense leaves a little bit to be desired. Like he moves in range well. I like his forward pressure and aggression, but the guy can get countered over his jab. He can get, he can certainly get countered if he goes in with that jumping knee, which he does often. So I'm taking Israel Adesanya. The guy's fought power punchers before, and I think he can come out the other side of this one in a 5-round bout, So Israel Adesanya just has the pacing down. Look, I get people's hate for him because he is kind of a dork, in all honesty. Like he paints his fingernails, dances, reads little Japanese girl comic books. Like he's not my ideal champion, there were kids like this. I don't know about you guys, Johnny and Cody. Maybe Bert can talk about 2022 in high school, but back in my day when, guys would paint their fingernails and read little Japanese comic books, like we had other words for those kids and they were not champions. So I'd love to see, I'd love to see Pereira become the new champion in his 8th mixed martial arts contest. That'd be dope. Like
I went to PC, right? I said goth, but
but we're probably going to see and still over a 5-round decision, Israel Adesanya, 2.5 units on his money line.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. And like you said, you got it at a pretty good price because it hovered there forever. All right. Next we're gonna go to Bert. Bert, who you got?
Yeah, I'm literally gonna go off of one fight and one fight only. That fight is Marlon Chito Vera taking on Rob Font. That's all I can really say about this fight. Is Adesanya is gonna kind of destroy Alex Pereira for quite a while. He's gonna land a lot of leg kicks, front kicks, body kicks, whatever the case may be. He's gonna land a lot of volume on Alex Pereira, everyone's going to be like, oh, Adesanya is going to run away. He's going to counterpunch for 5 series. And boom, oh my God, Pereira catches him with a good shot to the head, rocks Adesanya. Adesanya clinches up and just keeps on running away from Alex Pereira. And, volume definitely going Adesanya, but that one big shot, every now and then in a few of these rounds is going to go Alex Pereira. Obviously, if he's unable to land that one big shot, then Adesanya should win the fight fairly easily on those judges' scorecards, but throughout a 25-minute entire fight, I don't think Alex is going to necessarily knock him out, but I do think he'll be able to catch the chin and wobble Adesanya a few times here, hurt him, make him back up a little bit and try to counterpunch here. I think Alex is going to do that a few times in this fight to barely win the fight on the judges' scorecards. I think, obviously, if he's not able to do that, Adesanya could get the win, but it's going to be a close one again. Like Marlon Vera, Rob fought. Rob was winning every minute, every second for 4 minutes, 30 seconds, and boom, he ends up losing some of those rounds. And I thought Rob fought was going to win. I'm going to switch here to go to Alex Pereira to win. A KO is very, very likely, but I feel Adesanya's running away ability and just countering and moving out of the way after he does get wobbled will leave Alex Pereira with a very close, controversial decision. I know I have a lot of those on this card, but we got another Pereira close decision.
What's up?
You just came back. Bert just finished.
Right in time. I'd go to the bathroom.
Right in time.
Who'd you pick, Bert?
I got a draw.
That'd be awesome.
A draw.
No, I got Pereira decision. Marlon Vera style.
Did you put any bets on it?
Yeah, I have a half unit on Pereira decision.
Oh, what was the line on that?
The line on Pereira decision plus 600 on FanDuel.
Oh, nice. So who we got left? Johnny?
Yeah.
And then
yeah, I'm gonna finish my
Bert.
city kickboxing sweep here, and I'm just gonna go with Pereira. I've bet on Izzy in like every one of his fights, even the Jan fight. I bet on him to win because I know he's the better fighter and he's really good. But this is the only fighter in the middleweight division right now. Go check the rankings that can beat Izzy.
Whitaker.
No, Whitaker cannot beat Izzy.
Oh yeah, he can.
No, he's lost twice.
But you know how close the second fight was?
The second one.
It was very close. You're right, but he lost. Now,
but I agree. This is the only dude we've seen beat Izzy, though, for sure.
Yes. So this is my thing is like, if you're going to pick against Izzy or bet against Izzy, this is the time to do it. This is going to be a kickboxing match between both guys. They're not going to go for takedowns. They're not going to use their jiu-jitsu. They're not going to use their wrestling. This is going to be a straight up kickboxing fight for 5 rounds. Who's going to have the better cardio? Who's going to have the better power? Who's going to land the better shots? They're both the same size. I honestly think that Pereira is bigger, but listed, they are the same size listed. But Pereira is bigger. I don't know about the reach, but tall. Like I think he's at least maybe 1.5 inches to 2 inches taller. And he's going to be wider and he's going to be stronger but he's going to be faster. So this is going to be a very good fight. But like I said, this is the time to do it. If you want to roll the dice against Izzy, do it right now because I think
that's a good question. That's a good question.
What is the question?
Ryan Hurley's question is like good. That's a good one.
I put it up and
that's a good one. That's a good one. I mean, so just to take a break from the main event, this is a more important question. Yes. Now, if you're going based off of like, the obvious picks would be like Jordan Levitt or Mark Diakese, obvious picks. But if you're looking at just based off of their physical appearances and jawlines, Drew Dober. I mean, Drew Dober all day.
He's not in the top 15.
Shooting ropes.
Yeah, he's going to be shooting ropes, but maybe Clay Guida could come in there as a close second.
I mean, probably like Connor if he can get down to 155 again.
You seen that video?
I've seen a lot of Twitter though, yeah, or Instagram. I'm sorry, not
well, Connor would have to do like a war of attrition. Like he'd have to save up a while. I think just off the fly, Drew Dober,
I mean,
probably.
He's borderline welterweight now, so you can't even put this in the conversation.
Maybe middleweight now.
Yeah, who knows?
Jeez.
But yeah, I mean,
Adesanya McGregor 2023.
Could happen. You see, dude's huge, man.
And that's not just his
No, based off of hands alone, we're talking about Montel Jackson, of course.
Anyways, give me Pereira. I'm going to say he gets that death touch left hook in the 3rd round. It's going down in New York City. Let's go.
All right. So we got Dev. All right. We got Bert, because Bert steals Dev's picks. So I'm just going to start calling him Dev. It's allegedly.
Love it.
I don't say anything's a lock, though.
Right. So Bert and Johnny's on Pereira. We got Patrick on Izzy. Yeah, man, I'm gonna go with Izzy. He's the younger fighter. He's way more experienced in MMA. Like Patrick said, dude, the first fight in kickboxing could have went either way in a split decision. The second fight, Izzy was winning up until he got knocked out. So, I think the narrative goes that like they kind of make it like Pereira just beat the shit out of Izzy in 2 kickboxing matches, but it really wasn't that way. But I'd be surprised to see if Izzy doesn't try a little grappling here. You know what I mean? Because he's fought a ton of people that's just been trying to take him down for years now. So, he's been practicing the defensive. And when you're doing defensive, when you're done, you're going to do offensive wrestling. So maybe he tries that. I don't know. But I'm going to take Izzy. I'm going to take him by decision because, Izzy's fought like 130 kickboxing and MMA matches, and he's only been finished one knockout to Pereira. And then I think Pereira's only been knocked out 1 time by somebody else. So they're both durable. I think it's going to be, for the most part, a technical kickboxing match. And I'm going to take Izzy. I'm going to take Izzy, the younger dude, knows how to use that cage a little better. You know what I mean? He's been in it a lot more times, 24 MMA fights to 7. And he's been fighting high-level people for a long time. So I'm going to take Adesanya. I don't have no bets on this fight. I didn't bet on these last 2 fights at all. But,
I don't have a bet on this fight either.
But dude, when Pereira's getting up to plus 200, it's like it's fucking hard to not bet somebody at that price because he's a scary dude and he 100% has a chance. If this is going to be a kickboxing match, when this goes and if it goes to decision, it's going to be 47-46, type stuff. It's not. I don't think nobody's going to dominate.
And there's a possibility that it's not like KO or bust for Pereira. Like there's a chance that he lands the better shots, he survives, but he steals that round. Like a close round, one big left hook from Pereira at the end of it steals the round. That's a possibility.
Right. Pereira is way more hittable than Izzy too, in my opinion. Like if you watch like Bruno and them, like he'll take one to give one. Where Izzy, he doesn't want to take any, really. He will, like he did the first time with Whitaker. You know what I mean? He took a couple shots and then countered him with the jet. But you can't do that with fucking Pereira, dude. You can't let Pereira hit you twice and expect to come back around with that hook.
Another thing, though, is Izzy can't slip, though. He needs to keep that right hand up because that left hook is coming.
Left hook Larry is there.
Every time that left hook is going to come.
Dude, his left hook is – his fucking left hand's weird. You ever seen him knock out Dustin Jacoby? In kickboxing, bro, he's beating him up on the corner and he hits him with this short left, dude, in Jacoby's brain. You can see his whole brain go.
It's like a death touch.
We're out of here. Like he's just
and he closes the distance way faster than you think he would. Like he's out of range by far, and then suddenly he's in your face. It's very strange.
I like Izzy's kicking better than Pereira. I think he's faster. Yeah. I think he has better kicks. I think Pereira has better hands, and I think Izzy's just gonna use the range good in this fight in the bigger octagon. Yeah, and like you said, man. Keep your right hand up
all time. So he can jab and kick. That's it.
I'm really excited.
Because he needs to keep that thing right there at all times.
Have we how many times in MMA history, Pride, anything, have we had 2 high-level kickboxers or Muay Thai guys, but really they're not in MMA. So 2 high-level kickboxers fight this good in the cage. Can you guys remember any good ones? Like I know Miracle Crow Cop versus anybody or anything. That's
a tough one. And in the UFC, usually these guys have like washed up before they come to the UFC. And you see a lot of like wrestling, like collegiate wrestling against each other. Then they come to the UFC and fight again. It's tough between 2 kickboxers.
Yeah, high level at the top of their game still.
Then you see a lot of guys like overseas in Pride fighting like I don't know, Rampage Jackson, Vanderlei. Then they come and they face each other in the UFC. This is a fun fight.
Excellent. And man, dude, Pereira is in phenomenal shape too, dude. When he knocked out Izzy, he's in way better shape than he was when he did that. Like he was wearing like oversized shorts. He didn't even look as crazy as he looks now.
And he didn't even have the like experience really as much as Izzy in kickboxing too. So like that was then. How long ago was that? Like 4 or 5 years ago.
20, that was 2016, early 2017.
Yes, almost,
okay, so 7 years ago. So, I mean, Pereira's gotten better. Let's just say it right now since then. So, I mean, we know Izzy is great, but then again, this is going to be a kickboxing match. If Izzy goes for takedowns, I don't think he will because it's going to gas him out. He's not used to doing that. And why would he risk that? Like,
and
that's
all
his,
the
like,
booze too.
Yeah. And that's going to, like, that's his one advantage. It might be is it's cardio to go in the later rounds. So why risk it to maybe even gas himself even 10% of normal?
right.
Like I would never do that if I was him. That's just a recipe for disaster.
Yeah. Dev said, is he going to switch it up and use Muay Thai on him instead of the old freaking K1 glory shit?
Pereira would with the knees.
Yeah.
Pereira does have nice knee, man.
Yeah, Izzy doesn't really use knees or elbows.
He
doesn't really get to the clinch
range.
Yeah, like I'm pumped for Poirier Chandler for the violence and the crate, but I'm more pumped. That's why I say I'm more pumped for this because this is like the anticipation of every shot in this. You're going to be like, who's doing what with these dudes?
True, but it might be like a boring fight.
It could be with Izzy involved.
But we know Poirier and Chandler is not going to be boring.
Bro, Chuck said Israel Pereira is a lock, and that's
I agree.
Philip says
draw.
Right
or draw.
I thought he really did say that when I came back. I'm like, wait, what?
Where's Ryan Hurley in the chat with another semen question?
Yeah, he's the real champ of the chat.
That's a great question.
Izzy's body language. I would go with Clay Guida too. But you know what I mean? Just the fucking caveman vibes and shit. Like I feel like
I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you.
And you know his little Siemens head banging on the way out and shit.
Loves it.
I'm with you on that. Izzy's body language suggests he won't be humiliated for 5 rounds and would rather be knocked out. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I hope so. Idea: all 4 of you should pick a money line / prop and play it. Most confident picks, anything below 700, money line and prop.
Okay, guys. So I did our consensus picks. Money lines only. It's going to be Ottman, Choi, Wei Lee, Blanchfield, and Juarez. It's at plus 708.
Didn't we all pick Poirier? Did you say Poirier?
Oh, shit. Did I forget that? Yeah, I did. Let me get that in there. You're right.
Attaboy.
My bad.
Hey, players mess up too, man. Players mess up too.
All right. It's plus 1,067.
Nice. So it's
1067 plus
6 fighter parlay, you say?
Yep.
That's the best one we got. I would say that. Do you guys want to
wait? Did I mess up? 1, 2, 3. No, I missed that one. Okay, yeah. So 6 fighter parlay. It is 1067. Money line only if you want to do it.
Yeah, that's a good odds, and I like all them people. And if all 4 of us genius minds mind melted into that, it's gonna pay.
I mean,
yeah, everybody is praying. I like it. Too. We all predicted all them. The middleweight division is praying for Izzy's downfall. Yeah, because he's lapped.
You hear Whitaker yesterday?
No, what he said.
Yeah.
He said, I want both Alex Pereira and Israel Adesanya to get injured and never fight again.
He knows they're that good. He just knows they're that fucking good.
Well, yeah, because he's literally the
champion. He'd be
champion. Well, if Izzy wasn't there, he'd be the champion.
Dude, that was the question I had. I came up with that the freaking New York one or whatever. But the question that I had was because it's kind of hard to take you at least a second to think back. But the last 4 middleweight champions. Can you guys think of that real quick?
Bisping, GSP, Whitaker, Adesanya.
Silva? He won?
Rockhold.
I don't know how far. I know Whitaker was 1.
Wouldn't Rockhold would be the 4th, wouldn't it? Would it be Adesanya, Whitaker,
Adesanya, Whitaker, GSP, Bisping.
Just GSP. I forgot GSP.
He's stuck in there for a one time.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, but Henry Cejudo, I'm waiting for my apology. Triple CIA, man. Don't be like that.
What's his
little nut joke, man? Come on, man. We need
what's his nuts again?
Oh, that's all. I just forgot, man. I had a little brain freeze, man. But we love you. We love you. Pereira's knees up the middle are so fast. Yeah, Izzy don't stop moving though. I got 100 on Izzy via TKO. I like that. What's that pay, Dev? Would you think Khabib type wrestler would dominate the middleweight division? Yeah, if he was big, you got to be big with Izzy to be able to hold him down. But if you're Khabib and you're the same weight as anybody else, you're going to beat him, in my opinion, and you're like that, not like fat Khabib at 205, but if you're like a 205 dude naturally, and then you can also wrestle like Khabib, it's a tough world.
I mean, Hasbullah's a middleweight. He can dominate that division.
That would basically make you Frankie Edgar. Okay. So is he gonna be frozen like Elsa? You guys see Pereira with the Elsa thing. Every time they entered the clinch, they got separated in kickboxing, right? Ooh. Well, Alex arms get heavy on having a pummel if they're in the clinch. That's a good point, Effie. That's a good point. What does Strickland think of Izzy versus Pereira? He's trying to think about how he ate that left hook. Izzy said, anyone can KO that hillbilly jokes. Yeah. Well, yeah, when you don't keep your hands up. Did anybody ever, what's Potan mean? Potan.
Hands of stone.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. To go 5 rounds. I mean, he used to go 10 rounds and stuff in kickboxing, 8-10 rounds, but they're less 3 minutes. I get it. But yeah, I think he does. What's the consensus parlay? It was Juarez, Ottman, Choi, Blanchfield, Poirier, and Weili.
Yeah, I put it in the chat and I don't see it yet.
Oh, I don't see it. I don't think.
Yeah, it's Ottman, Choi, Juarez, Blanchfield, Poirier, Weili. All the money lines plus 1067.
Philip says you have to hit that auto bet on Puelles, McCann, Chandler, Esparza, Pereira. Dude, we missed all my good dogs, Philip. Where's Wellington beef? We got to get Edgar in there. Julio Arce. I like that though. I agree with you. All of them underdogs have a chance to win that. Did he's 29,000? That's freaking crazy. Awesome. It's awesome. Dev said plus 340. That's a good line. Justin in the middleweight division, counting out Duplessis. I like him. I think he's.
I like him. I just don't think he's there yet. I need to see more. But yeah, he's really good. He's really good.
He has potential, man. He's a fighter. If Bert sees this, I will smash him. What? King Newbie, you guys got beef or what? What's going on here?
He's talking on Discord that he's gonna take me down and destroy me. He's not gonna do anything.
Ground and pound style.
King Nubby, come on, man.
He's going to a wrestling.
He's just doing it for the publicity. He knows what happened.
He knows.
His neck would be very sore the next morning.
Oh shit! Oh shit! I like it. Hit him with that anaconda choke that Turman's gonna hit freaking Petroski with.
Whoa!
Always going back to
Turman and Edgar, man.
You know who has the best anaconda choke in the game? That is Petroski.
Julio Arce. Who takes the center of the cage start of round 1? That was my other big underdog bet. Them guys do it all, man. I say Pereira marches. I don't know. I say Izzy he's a little faster, so he might get out there. But then I say Pereira marches him backwards because Izzy ain't going forward in that fight.
No.
That left hook hits you.
Definitely not.
Jenna Marie, I feel like it hits. Definitely. Rise Campbell. Who is the kid in the bottom left? Oh, that's Big Dog Bert. And he knows his stuff. Bert,
you don't know
MMA.
Big Dog Bert. Go subscribe to him right now.
Oh, right there. Bert MMA. Everybody, that's another thing before we get off here real quick. Let's be friends. Cejudo, you already know we're friends, bro. You're my guy. You're my guy.
What's his nuts again?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring him. I'm gonna bring my daughter out there to train at freaking Fight Ready when she's older.
They go.
So let me get that and just forget about all this whole conversation. Jenna Marie says, hell yeah, that shit is hilarious. I saw it on Twitter. Which one was that? Let's be friends. We're friends. All right. So what do you guys want to say? Johnny K, what do you got to say, man?
Thanks for everybody for showing up and sticking around for 3.5 hours. I had a great time. We have a lot of good bets going on. If you haven't, do our consensus parlay of the stream. It's a 6-fighter parlay, I believe. Just go back and I'm not going to say it again. Like and subscribe to everybody here. Johnny K Picks for Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Yahoo Mail, Google Mail, whatever you want to do.
Everything.
But yeah, this is gonna be a great card. And, MySpace. Good luck to everybody in their bets as well, and hope we gave you a little bit of insight, and hope you cash.
Nice. Patrick, what's up? What you got?
Yeah, what's going on? For you guys who don't know me in the chat, thank you for hanging out. My name is Patrick. I run a YouTube page called Addicted to Combat. Come give me a subscribe. Let's talk fights. I do full card breakdowns, best bets every single week. It's going to be a fun card, man. Pay-per-view weeks are always fun. This is one of the bigger ones of the year. Even rivals, UFC 280 for sure. So 14 fights still on the slate. Get after it, you guys. Enjoy the fights and make some money.
Nice. Real quick, go to SK's thing. That's fucking
kind of
hilarious.
It's
dude,
I feel like it.
I love this guy, dude.
Yeah, SK.
Dude, I love this guy.
Do you like SK because he was all over Esparza, or
no? Because he thinks I'm 32. That's great.
I know. And I'm 40 or 39. I'll take that. That's a year younger.
I'm older than all of you guys. Let's go.
Patrick's 20. Patrick's dude, 26.
As far as wear and tear I've taken on my body and soul, I think so.
SK, I will be real. I am 37 years old. So thank you for that 32. I'll take it all.
I'm 15. Thank you.
I just went through puberty early. Yeah, man, I'm 40. I'm 40 years old. That's why I got all this knowledge on MMA built in. You know what I mean? Bert will get there in about what, 24 years?
You get that beard going. Get that beard going.
I know,
there now.
I know, dude. Bert is the phenom. Bert is the phenom. I couldn't even grow facial hair until about 35. So
I got like pube chin hairs right now.
It took me forever too. Don't feel bad.
As soon as my hair on top started thinning, it started growing out here. I'm like, what the fuck? Bert, what do you got to say, brother?
Yeah, don't check out my YouTube channel. Don't check out my second channel either. Bert MMA 2. We post too many videos for you. So if you do not like to get flooded every single day with like 20 total videos, don't subscribe to Bert MMA 2 because there's about 20 MMA news topics that are absolutely random. Call-outs, fight announcements, early predictions. The most random things you can think of regarding MMA is on the second channel, so do not go check it out if you don't want your subscription box to go crazy, but that's what I gotta say.
Love it.
Yeah, man. I want to definitely say, just everybody check these guys out. We're going to be doing a lot more shows together, everybody on here, because obviously we get along good and we got all different takes. We agree with some, we don't agree with none. We all got good jokes. It's funny. So I had another great show, man. I had a great time. We had about 50 viewers at all times for 3.5 hours, which is pretty good. And I'm not even playing. I honestly think that this panel right here has some of the actual smartest mind. Like maybe like my show ain't the most flashiest and this and that, but like these guys all know everything. Like it's all about the facts and the stats and everything over like, you know, giant production or any of that. And these guys are really, that's why we have them on. So look for us to all be doing some more stuff together. Look for every pay-per-view be doing some giveaways and all that stuff.
Yep.
And we appreciate everybody that came out tonight. SK, Papa Chuck's been here all night. He was here early. No love. Effie, Any Action MMA, Dev the Dude, Lock of the Night. MMA Lock of the Night, Dev the Dude. Jenna Marie got a win, won the shirt.
Pink
Philip
Freud.
W. Yep, Pink Freud's my boy. Best name too. He won sending him out some cards on Monday. I thought I was going to send them out today, but it was Veterans Day. Shout out to all the veterans too.
Yep.
I hope everybody, they all enjoyed their day. Henry Cejudo, King Nubby, everybody that came out. Right.
Hasbullah.
Reese, Hasbullah, Patrick's Childs.
I'll see you one day.
One day. Prince of Mischief here all night. Everybody that came and hung out for a little bit or all night, we appreciate you guys. When you guys come hang out and do this, then we'll make more shows because, you know, if we're sitting here with no people, we wouldn't make them. But you guys come out, have a great night, and you guys put out tons of great information too. Good luck, everybody, tomorrow. And we'll see you guys here again soon, man. I'll see all you guys later. You guys have a good night, one more sleep, and then we'll be to this UFC, man. So good luck.
Yes, sir.
See y'all later, man.
Let's go, Petroski.
No way. Everybody that won them contests, make sure you get a hold of me or Johnny too. Wellington, Turman, Frankie Egger, Julio Arce. Throw that parlay together. You'll be rich tomorrow, man. See all you guys. See all you guys.
And a kind of joke. First round.